Hello, everybody. I love how I always sit here for like 30 minutes or an hour before the stream and I get everything ready. And literally right before that screen comes on, I'm just going to be honest, there's always something I forget. Like my microphone was way over there and I swung it around over here having a swing arm. And I'm like, I'm forgetting something. I just know there's something. And then my microphone's way over there. You can't even hear me. If you can hear me and see me well, put a 1 in the chat to let me know if I'm roboting or something crazy like that. You let me know in the stream. There we go. So we're going to have some fun tonight because, hey, it's already going off the rails. Might as well have some fun. We're going to play some games tonight. Now, tonight, you know what? I've kind of taken over Wednesday. It's kind of like a just do what I want to do day. Right? I know you guys love me to play some Fallout and love me to play 7 Days to Die and all those other fun games. But, I discovered some fun games along the way, and I really want to play those and show those with you here on stream. And I haven't done this in a while. I'm going to do some Kismet tips and tricks tonight. And one of my favorite things to do is make those videos back in the day. I wish I still had enough time to do them. I'm going to try to get back to them one day. I don't know, or if I get big enough, I'll pay someone else to do it. Just based on me saying, look, this is what I want. Maybe someday. But tonight, we're just going to do it here in video streaming form, and then I'll put it up there on my channel. Now, one of the games that I really discovered, actually 2 games that I discovered while I was sick in December is, of course, Stardew Valley, which we're going to play later, and then Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Now, at first, I was like, you know what? I haven't played all the Assassin's Creeds. I played a few of them, but not all the way through because they are very time-intensive, so I only have so much time to play. But I do enjoy the Assassin's Creed series, and I thought, oh, well, this is a cool little game. You know what? I'll take a look at it. Maybe I'll like it, but my kids will like it, whatever. So I started playing it, and I have been obsessed with it nonstop, on the level that I am obsessed with Fallout Shelter. Now, that really tells you something because Fallout Shelter I've played for the last 4 years nonstop. Nonstop, my vault's still going since day one back in the day. So I've rigged it up. It takes a lot of effort to do this, by the way. I hope you guys appreciate that. But I've rigged it up so we can play it via mobile on my iOS device. I have an iPad Air 2 that I'm going to play on here. Of course, you can play it on Android. You can play it on everything. But you can also play it through BlueStacks on your PC, by the way. If there's a mobile app that you want to play, you can actually play it on your PC through a program called BlueStacks, which I've shown you that before. You want to see all those programs that I recommend and whatnot, go to the Discord, discord.gg/Kismet, and go in there, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in the Kismet info, all of that stuff in there. All right. My mods will throw that Discord link in the chat here. Now, let's see who we got showing the love. Of course, we got my epic mods backing me up. I see Chewy in there, backing me up already. Let's see who we got. We got Chewy and Jazz Ads coming in tonight, as well as Nushki and Game Killer in later. And I see Gwen already hanging out there in the chat. Appreciate it big time. But we got somebody new. We got somebody new that we need to show the love to, hanging out right here in the chat. And I'm about to do it live right now, everybody. Oh, man, it gives me goosebumps. Look at that. It gives me goosebumps every time I add an Epic member to the mod team. That's right, the Dragon Crew. Never know. Never know. If you're epic enough, we might raise some funds and take you to TwitchCon. We're going to see right here. Now, here's going to happen right here live. Bam! There we go. Welcome to Scorched Dragon, to the Epic mod crew. Show her some love in the chat, everybody. I love to give mods a shot. I love to get mods a shot. Now, how do you become a mod in my channel? Well, you got to be awesome first. You got to be awesome. You got to hang out here in the channel. And, of course, my mods got to recommend you as well as you've got to be an awesome part of the community. So there we go. Scorched Dragon, pow! There you are, a mod of my channel. Of course, now learn well from my senior mods, and mods have been in stream, as they say, like in the military, in country, right? Been in stream for a long time. Go ahead and let's see if I can find you here in the lurker chat. Go ahead and say something in the lurker. Oh, you're already in there. There you are. I will give you the power, Scorched Dragon, to hang out with some of my favorite people in the world right here. My mods. Let's see. Where's my mod thing? Where's my mod button? Man. Where is it? It's not giving me that selection. Bam, there you are. No, I put you in there. There you are. You're already in. You're in, I think Chewy added you. Chewy added you in. So there you go. Now you can go ahead and access our mod area. Now, of course, use that power wisely. Use that power wisely. My mods, of course, mentor you a bit. My senior mods will mentor you a bit on what we do and how to treat people, and don't be too band happy, but give it to the people who deserve it, as I say in the chat. Now remember, those mod rules and all those things, those are my rules. That's not their rules. Don't be getting upset with them if you got a problem with those rules. First, nothing you can do about it because it's my channel. But you're welcome to contact me or any of that kind of stuff. Now you're like, Kismet, I want to be a mod and all of that other stuff. Well, go ahead and just let my mods know. And as we have people on the list, and as we go down that list, or if my mods recommend someone highly, we give them a shot. Now, of course, remember, it is actually a job. It is actually functional work, and you have to watch the chat and be awesome and engage my chat as you do. So let's see that love and hype in the chat, everybody. Oh, gotta press some buttons over here. There we go. There we go. So we're going to get into it. But first, let me say hello to all these epic peeps hanging out here in the chat. We got Andersil in the chat. We got, I see Chewy Jazz. Sam's already hanging out there. And that makes us 7 days. 7 days to die, or 7 days from today, or 7 days from last week, or 7 days from 5 days ago. I just blew your mind. There you go. Teague's in the chat. Hey, Teague. L Fuzzy Nut saying hi in there. Scorch Dragon's like, what? Welcome, Scorch Dragon. Great to have you part of the Elite Dragon crew. Google's coming in as well. Welcome. BKB Gamers is Kismet. It's -6 here. Get the heck out of there is all I can tell you. Get out of there. What are you doing in that -6 stuff? Oh, my goodness. If it gets 30 degrees, bro, if it's getting any lower than 30 degrees, I'm out of there. I don't care what I got to do. I don't care if I got to get on a pedal bike, and I'm out of here, right? I'm gone. I'm getting out of there. I don't go anywhere where it's below 0 degrees ever. I don't do that. Because you know why? Because humans are made up of water. You know what happens to water when it gets really, really cold? Yeah, we're 80% water. So yeah, bad idea. Bad idea to go in super cold. So I feel for you. 7 Days to Die. Yeah, I love me some 7 Days to Die. We're going to definitely be playing that at some point. You can go ahead and check out that schedule down below, what I'm playing on what days. So we're going to have some fun doing that. Of course, we do have our 7 Days to Die server up live 24/7. You guys are always welcome to go on there and play. And I do come in there from time to time. It's -35. What? It's like 30 degrees here. Now, I am kind of a bit of a snowflake, which is a funny irony because I don't like snow. I come from California, so basically it's always warm there most of the time. We consider 65 degrees to be freezing cold. I know some of you are like, what, Kismet? It's like 0 here, bro, or -degrees here. Yeah, 65 degrees, and you'll see people in heavy parkas and heavy jackets because they're freezing to death because we have very thin blood. My parents and my wife and her family said, oh, well, you'll get used to it when you move here. Hell no, it is really freaking cold. If it goes below 60 degrees, you see me hibernate inside. Of course, I did go out with my kids on the very first snow, which I always do. It's kind of like an annual thing that we do, the very first snow. They go out, they go sledding, they have a great time. I hang out in the snow and freeze my butt off. And then I come inside and I never go outside again if I can avoid it. As long as that snow is out there, I don't go out there. Of course, I did walk up there to watch my daughter do her unicycle. Today. She's doing the real tall unicycles. Pretty amazing. My kids are pretty fantastic. They have amazing skills. In Chicago is apparently cooler than in Antarctica. Yeah, that's what I hear. I hear the base of the tallest mountain. What's the tallest mountain? I've already forgot it now. Someone told me that, or I think it was my wife who told me that earlier. Let's see. What's the tallest mountain in the world? What's the name? What's the tallest mountain? Everybody climbs that tallest mountain. What is it? The tag is like 50. Yeah, see, this is why I'm moving to Hawaii. Mount Everest, there you go. At the base of Mount Everest right now, it's 0 degrees. So that means it's colder where you guys are than at Mount Everest right now. So, yeah, so sucks to be you. I'm sorry you're in the cold. I'm near San Diego area, and I hate to go in cold weather places. Yeah, too. Now, the funny thing about California is you can have whatever weather you want. You can go up in the mountains, freezing cold up there, really tall mountain, second largest mountain in the world, or in the U.S., is mountain. I've been to the top of that mountain, by the way. I hiked all the way up there. That's when I was young and in great shape. But yeah, there's massive snow up there. You can go sledding. You can go in the wintertime. You go snowboarding or whatever you want to do, or skiing up there in the mountains. And they also, produce snow up there too when the snow is kind of light. They actually, generate snow. But most of the time, you can go up there and then you're like freezing cold. You sled, you do your thing, right? You get in a hot tub, you feel better. Then you drive out of there. drive straight down, and it's like 70 degrees, then 80 degrees, and you go right to the beach. I've done it many times. Many times. Gone up, sled for half a day, come back down, right to the beach. And then hang out at the beach, just get a sunburn. So you get freezing cold and then sunburn. And of course, you go to the desert too. 90, 100, 120, 130 degrees out there in the middle of the desert. I've been in the desert many, many times out there, riding motorcycles and dune buggies and all sorts of fun stuff. I got to do a lot of cool stuff in my childhood and my adulthood as well. I get the heck out of there. And again, that's where I'm moving. I'm moving to Hawaii because in record history, it has never been below 55 degrees in Hawaii. Well, where I want to go in Hawaii. So never been below 55 degrees ever in recorded history. Yeah, that's where I want to be. That's where I want to be. Where it's nice and warm. You know what else I want to do? I want to play some games. Hold on, I got to wake up my thing now. I got to wake her up. Uh-oh. Stop that. Stop that craziness. Now I got to fix it. I talked too long and now I got to fix it. Hold on a second, everybody. I got to make the stuff works. Now I got to tell it to stop. Now, what I got here is I got my iPad. Of course, check it out how cool my Mighty Skins skin is on the back. Big shout out to Mighty Skins, by the way. You guys can get a discount if you go ahead and drop my name right down below there. I don't make a dime, but I did get these cool free stickers. They're only like a couple bucks anyway. They're a couple bucks. I mean, a couple bucks and 35% off. They're less than a couple bucks. So there you go. I definitely check them out. It's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it. All right, there we go. Now, what I'm doing is I'm using a program called Air Server. Incredibly great program. If you've not discovered it, it is free, by the way, to try it out. And what it does, it sends from my iPad. Notice it doesn't have a cord plugged in, nothing, totally wireless. Totally wireless. And I'm sending it from my machine right here to the computer. So let's go try it out. It's pretty cool. Let's go check it out. All right, everybody. Well, here we go. See, I've been playing mobile games on the stream. It took me like a long time to get it down. It took like 6 months to get it going. So here I am again. I'm going to play on my iPad here, and you guys can be able to see what I can do. Again, it's called Air Server. Now, this is a non-sponsored event. They ain't giving me nothing. They didn't give me no free games or stuff to give out, which sucks because I'd love to give you guys tons of stuff. But Assassin's Creed Rebellion, really, really fantastic game. Now, I'm going to go through some of the things that I've learned. I have been playing hard and heavy. We're not going to start from base. We're going to start from where I'm at, and then I'm going to talk a bit about the game, some tips and tricks I think that have worked really, really well for me in the game. And let's go ahead and start. Let's tap to start. There we go. Now, you're going to see we've got little houses like this. Now, very much like a game I absolutely love, Fallout Shelter. Incredibly fantastic game. If you've never discovered that game, if you like Fallout as much as I do, I would definitely suggest playing that game. And, of course, I have guides and all that stuff on that. But, again, this is Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Now, what we can do is you can see we've got a whole bunch of stuff highlighted here. We got some yellow lines, and we've got like a letter here, and we've got something up there, and a little wagon there, and little potions and whatnot there. Now, you can also see that right up here, or maybe you can't see, depending on whether I'm mobile. No where I'm worried about you mobile guys out there. Up there at the top, it says 34. That means that my HQ, which is what this is level 34. Now, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of come back to this later on. We'll talk about this here in just a moment. I just want to go ahead and start with the basics. So we're going to go ahead and switch over to this right here, which is your missions. Now, I'm pretty high up here in the missions. You can see that we've got this kind of different region set up here. Region 1, Region 2, Region 3, so on, up to Region 5. I haven't quite got to Region 5 yet, but I'm inching there little by little. Now, I'm going to also have a bit of a reflection on me. There we go. A bit of reflection on me from time to time. So if I start to go out, it's because of the blue screen. So here we are in the various regions. Now, we're going to go ahead and start with just Region 1. So I'm just doing this, pinching, right? Pinching to zoom in on that Region 1. Now, as you can see here, we've got different things. Now, of course, I go above and beyond. I love Fallout Shelter, says L Fuzzy Nuts. Me too. I've been playing it nonstop since it came out, since day one. Vault's still running. Still running right now. Vault 45, still running. All right, so right over here, you can see that we've got a bunch of different things on the screen. Now, this right here is your main questing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, you can explore the questing of Assassin's Creed. Over here, we've got these kind of side quests. This one here is kind of your legacy quest, which kind of unlocks your people. This one over here is your loot for making armor and weapons and other stuff. And then over here, we've got stuff that allows you to level up your peeps, right? So that's the basics of our HQ screen. Now down here, of course, across the bottom, we've got all these things we'll talk about, and all these different modes. And then up here at the top, we got different currencies we'll talk about. And of course, you've got your region stars. As you go up, you get all sorts of rewards and whatnot. And then, of course, you got the More button right here, which I'll go ahead and just tap that so you guys can see that. You got your daily rewards, various different options, your inventory of all your stuff, and so on. So let's go ahead and look at daily rewards. There we go. And as you can see, as you play, look at this. I'm locked in, bro. I locked in. I did the whole entire month. There we go. As you can see, as you go through different days, so day 1, January 1st, you can go ahead and get this, January 2nd, January 3rd, so forth. I love daily rewards. I love stuff that just engages me to play really, really well done games. And they really did a fantastic job on this game. I have to give them huge credit on the amazingness of this game. Now, you might be like, Kismet, how much does this game cost first? That's what I want to know. None of this, you know, tips and tricks stuff. I want to know how much the game costs. Game doesn't cost a dime. You can download it for free. You can go ahead and download it. You're good to go. So there you go. Now, one of the things, of course, that they need in a free game is the ability to pay for it, which, of course, is the shop thing there. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I wanted to go ahead and show you guys the different quests there that we'll get back to it here in a minute. So we're going to go back to what's known as the HQ, or your headquarters of your little assassins. All right, here we are back in our Assassin's headquarters. You'll notice that arrow right over there on the right. I'm going to go ahead and tap that. It's going to go ahead and let me slide to another part of my base. And then, of course, I've got another part here. You unlock those as you go along. Again, I'm fairly high level in the game. And the game can be a bit grindy. Of course, you know me. I tell it to you straight. It can be a bit grindy, but it is so incredibly fun. If you like Assassin's Creed at all, or if you like some Fallout Shelter, I think you would like the game. Again, non-sponsored, just giving them some love. I'm probably the only one streaming this game right now. But hey, that's okay. Sometimes I just play games just because I like playing games. Don't forget that as a streamer, or just as a person who loves games from time to time, just play games as you really like to play. That's what I do. I don't play Fortnite because everybody's playing Fortnite. I don't play League of Legends because everybody's playing that. I'm going to become a big streamer. I play games I love to play, and I feel it's a lot more genuine for people who come in your channel. So that's the way I look at it. So let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. Let's see what's going on. Oh, look at here. We got a whole bunch of people walking around. These are all my little assassins here. I'm going to go ahead and slide over. There's some more walking around, and they have various different abilities and various different reasons why I unlocked them, right? And we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Of course, we got a training room here, another training room right here. We've got a weaponsmith, so you can go ahead and make weapons. You've got this one here, which is, of course, where you make your cash money, right. That's making us some coins. Right here is doing the intel, which is what you need for missions. It's the one right up there. Looks kind of like a little thing there. Where's my arrow? There we go. Looks like a little letter right here. This one, right there. 80 of 20 right now. And basically, these people research the intel. You get so much intel, and then you can play so much of the game. Now, the reason why I love this game so much is it's very much like Fallout Shelter. You can play it live right now, get into it, do the missions, do all the stuff, unlock the objectives, do all that fun stuff, or you can queue a bunch of stuff up, let it run, and then go about your real life, right? That's what I love. I love that balance in mobile games because, you know what? I can't sit in a mobile game on this for 8 hours. You know why? Because it's going to die. It's going to die. This thing's going to die in about 10. But, of course, big shout out to my peeps right here. Oh, right here. Old School RuneScape. Shout out to them. I got this at TwitchCon a couple years ago. It is a battery backpack. Basically, it's a battery thing. Where's the button? Right here. You press the button on the top, and it tells you how much battery you got in the front. And, of course, you plug this into your iPad, and it gives you more time. So if you're playing this game, I suggest you get one of these as well. So big shout-out to the Old School RuneScape, who actually gave me that for free. So hashtag sponsored, I guess, but not really. Not really. It's just they gave it to me at TwitchCon, and I thought I'd give it a shout-out for you guys. So, yeah, definitely want one of those because I find when I'm playing this game, especially when I was sick and I was playing in bed, my iPad would eventually die because, you know, you're playing it for like hours at a time. So it's like watching a movie for hours at a time. So, all right, so let's zoom in. And then, of course, we got this thing here, which is our kind of temple. It's where we upgrade. It's a ceremony room where we'll upgrade. Up here, this guy's doing something else. He's actually doing what's known as codex. Now, codex allow you to level up your people, and we'll talk about that more in depth. And then right here, we've got these people, and they are going out and collecting wood right now. You can see that it says they're done. We'll get to them in a minute. And these guys here are making potions, right? So very, very fun. That's basically your main quest line, your 3 side lines, and of course your HQ and all the rooms that are currently in this part of my HQ. Now you're like, wait a minute, Kismet, I saw some more of your HQ. Let's go see that, all right? Let's go pop over here to this one. I'll zoom in. And I'm very aware that you guys sometimes cannot see it because it's real small on the thing. That's why I'll blow it up so you guys can see. Now, you saw the weaponsmith. This is the armor smith here for making armor. This one right here is for making belts and things like that. You can go ahead and make belts and shoes and all sorts of stuff that, of course, increase the strength of your thing. I love how simple it is, though. It's just 3 things. It's weapon, armor, and then accessories, basically what this is. This is kind of your workshop here. This is your armor smith, and of course your other one, weaponsmith. Now, all the other rooms that are right here, all these other rooms are actually empty. There's nothing in there yet. I don't know what to put in there yet, but we'll find out as we get higher and higher level. Now, over here at this end, we have our storage. Now, I don't really use my storage very much. You can see I've got 24 of 570 now, but I do upgrade them every time for no reason whatsoever. This one up here is empty, as you can see. And then as we go down, we've got this one. People are napping. This one here is your living quarters, and you have multiple living quarters. You start with your first living quarters, then you get a living quarter expansion number 1, and then, or extension, and then living quarters extension number 2. Now, all this stuff is unlocked over time in gameplay. You were sick, bro. Yes, I was very, very sick. I got very, very sick. Then I got medicine for being sick, and then that medicine almost killed me because I had a bad allergic reaction to that medicine. And then I'm back. I'm not dead, luckily. Luckily. No thanks to my doctors trying to kill me yet again. All right, let's go in here and get it going. Now, all these things that are like this right here that are kind of showing this kind of yellow line with the thing in the middle, those things are different stuff that I can collect, okay? Now, again, the thing that allows you to do missions is your intel. So we're going to go ahead and get that intel first, which is basically this one right here. This one right here with these 2 people in the front. So we're going to go ahead and tap that. Boom. That's going to give us some intel. You're going to see our intel going up here. We can have a maximum of 200 intel at any time. Of course, as you upgrade rooms, which we'll talk about later, as you upgrade rooms, of course, you can increase your intel more and more and more. And then, of course, save more up. Now, of course, the great thing is for the last 4 or 5 hours, I've not been playing the game, right? But it's still been running. It's still been running. Everybody's been out getting intel. They've been out getting coins. They've been out getting all of that stuff. And I don't have to do nothing. I just put them on the task and walk away, which I really, really like about some mobile games, right? I don't have to always be inactive. I like mobile games that are more like temporary. Like I come in, I do some missions, and then I come in and I do some other stuff. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and tap the coins. Was that middle one? There we go. And you notice right there, we got a daily objective done. We'll talk about dailies here in a second. And then we're going to go tap this one. There we go. We've got our codex done. This is going to allow us to level up our peeps. We'll talk about that in a minute. Then we're going to go ahead and tap this one, which is going to... Oh! Code DE coming in with a massive 19 months of sub love. Look at that. Holy mackerel. Completely unlocked. Of course, getting close to that 24 months, though. Getting close to that 24 months. Let's see that love and hype in the chat, everybody. Come on. I want to see some more love in there. Come on. I'm giving you my best content tonight. I'm giving you the good stuff. I'm giving you the good stuff. Come on, let's show some love right over there. Look at that, filling that big cup up. I appreciate it. I want to see some serious love in the chat. So yeah, the one I just tapped on right there, of course, is collecting. It's collecting wood or stone, and we'll get into that here in just a second. And then, of course, the last one we'll tap there is, of course, medicine. Now, of course, you don't get this stuff at the very beginning. You unlock these rooms over time. And then, of course, you also upgrade the rooms, and then allows you, instead of just having 1 person in the room, you can have 2 people in the room. And, of course, it goes faster. You can collect or research or do stuff faster or cheaper, depending on who you choose to put in the room. There we go. So let's collect all that stuff there. Now, we'll get more into what all those stuff do and all that stuff as we go along. Now, along the bottom there, you can see right here, we've got our training rooms. And right here, we have got somebody in there wailing on that thing. Go get it, girl. Come on. Show them your skills. Go on. Go get it. Get that thing. Show it who's boss. Hoya! There we go. All right, so you can't really do it when you're in. Of course you can. You can go ahead and zoom in on a room, very much like you can. This is called parallax, by the way. This style of game is called parallax game. But I can go ahead and just tap right down here on her. And there she is. Her name is Angela. And she's one of my heroes. And we'll talk about heroes here. We'll get into it deep. Now, as I go along here, I'm going to start with just the basics. And I'm going to increasingly get more and more advanced, all right? For those of you who might be watching this later who want more advanced tips and whatnot. So we're just kind of starting with the basics. But don't worry. We're going to get into the deep, more advanced stuff later. So as you can see right here, she's got different levels. She's got power levels. She's the training codex that I've used to upgrade her or level her up. She's got 2,400 XP that's going in there. She's got 3 stars up there. Her name's Angela. And she's got a little green thing here with a heart in it. And we'll talk about all that stuff in just a moment. But what we want to do is just hit the collect button. That's what we're going to do. There we go. Now, what it's going to do is tell you what it was before and what it is now. As you can see that your heroes have different stats. Right? They got health, attack, defense, crafting, learning, legality, lethality. I'm terrible with those type of words. Dexterity, agility, and production. And as you can see here, we want to look and see who's best at what things, right? Now, the things that I look at are, of course, the production, the learning, and the crafting, and we'll get deeper into that. We'll get into who doing what with who, right? Who's good for what, right? We'll get into that here in just a second. Much like I talk about in Fallout Shelter, I do typically group my little peeps, settlers, or vault dwellers, or in this case, assassins, in different groups, just to make it easier for me to do it. There we go. We got that level up going on. Awesome. Awesome. So basically, that's your HQ. Your HQ is there. You add rooms, you get intel, you get all that stuff. But let's take a look at our heroes. Let's go ahead and pop them up right now and take a look at them. Here they are right here. The first one, of course, Alfonso. Now, I'm going to turn it down a little bit here. There we go. Turn it down. Now, by the way, first I have to mention the UI of this game is probably one of the most top-notch UIs in any game I've ever seen. So, huge shout-out to all the artists and everybody who's worked on Assassin's Creed Rebellion. You've done a phenomenal job. Congratulations. It's one of the best games I've ever seen. The graphics are fantastic. The backgrounds are fantastic. Every window, everywhere. Beautiful. Beautifully done. Amazingly done, as a matter of fact. So right here, you can see we've got a bunch of people. And some of them say max right there. They got a bunch of stars. They have their level. They have a power thing there. And they have a little symbol of basically what they do, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that's all they do. It just does a little bit of what they do. Now, one of my primary characters that you start off with is this guy right over here. We're going to go ahead and slide back here. Now, he's the primary protagonist of your primary story, right? Aguilar here, which hopefully I'm saying his name right. Here he is here, and you can see how much his health is. There's a little thing here for using potions to heal them. I mean, it's just so, it's actually for such a, what seems like a simple game, they put a lot of deep mechanics in there, so lots of love for those mechanics. So you can see the profile here. It's showing you a little bit, he's kind of a little bit of DPS, a little bit of an assassin, and so on. You can see what he's all about. Adept at assassination techniques, adept at free running techniques to easily navigate the environment, skilled fighter that can gain initiative with throwing knives and strike twice. Now, the thing you want to look at is up there at the top. Aguilar is a rare assassin, right? And you have different levels: common, rare, epic, and then legendary. Thank you, El Fuzzy Nuts, for the host. Appreciate that love. A's and Plays coming in with the biddies. Don't worry, man. I pronounce defilate as defilate 2 years before someone corrected me. Yeah, I just butcher names and roll on with life. That's me. Hello, I'm here to do backseat gaming. Did you know that PC, the power button will turn off? Easy. Look out, my mods are watching you right now. Even if you're joking, my mods are like, hey, is that backseat gaming? They're eyeballing you. Kismet, did you hear about the game Westworld that got used Fallout Shelter code? Yeah, got removed. Got removed because they basically the people who made Fallout Shelter for Bethesda and ZeniMax basically took the same code and made another game. No. That's a bad thing. You don't want to do that. You do not want to do that. Yeah, look at Chewie staring at you now. There you go. All right, so back to it. Here we go. We've got Aguilar here, who has a mixture of DPS, assassination, and navigation so he can jump across stuff. Now, of course, we haven't got to the actual like mission part, which is super, super fun. We'll get to that here in just a second. So you get Aguilar here. Now, one of the problems with Aguilar is he is an epic level assassin. So to level him up or to upgrade him through your ceremony room, because you want to upgrade him as much as you can, through their DNA. I don't know if you guys have played Assassin's Creed before. Anderson coming in with the host as well. Appreciate that. I don't know if you played Assassin's Creed before, but in Assassin's Creed, of course, you can you kind of go back in time and you do all these kind of fun quests, and that's kind of what you do. You kind of unlock their DNA to either upgrade them or unlock their DNA to actually get the mobs. Like, you don't get them in the very beginning. All of them are typically locked except for Aguilar here and a couple others that you get. So let's look through some of his skills right here. He's got a bunch of skills that he can use. Assassination, free running, and he's got some special skills over there on the right there. He helps with training as well. Let me go ahead and just pull up my arrow. Probably make it easier, because I like to go above and beyond. Right here, assassination, free running. He's got some special skills here where he can throw knives and whatnot. He's got some passive skills that make him more strong. Now, if you hold down your finger over that particular thing, you see it pops up and says, this doctrine follows Altair's most fundamental teachings. But really, the thing at the bottom tells you what it is. Basically, he's more lethal by 15%. Basically, that's what it's saying. If you can't read it, that's basically what it says. And then, of course, over here, you got this one here. You can go ahead and roll over that one as well. Let me take my arrow back out again. Boop, there we go. If you hold that one down, it says basically all heroes train 15% faster in the training room if this person's in there. And I'll show you some of those tricks on how to do that as well. And then, of course, in the bottom right corner, you can see find DNA. You can see details there and really get into it, But the thing you want to really look at is up at the top. Well, how much power he's got, what kind of character he is. He's a rare shadow assassin. Now, when you're upgrading other assassins, this person helps upgrade other assassins who are shadow assassins faster, right? So good to keep in mind. Probably not going to remember that in the long run, but you'll get it just basically by reading all of that. Here's his particular gear. He's got a 2, a 1, and a 1-star gear, right? So he's basically got some low-level gear. And you're like, Kismet, why does his gear suck so bad? Well, what I do is I build gear for my peeps, and then as I get more peeps or higher-level peeps, I give the gear to them, and I give them lower-level gear because I'm not using them. He's just standing around in the base, right? And really, I have kind of 2 teams. I start off with one main team, and then he's kind of my alternate where I'll switch him in and out when he's high enough level and I can use him. But if he's not, then I really focused on people that I think I could upload or upgrade without too much effort, right? With the minimum amount of effort with the greatest return. That's the way that's why I am about game mechanics, right? And of course, we look at stats. Of course, this is some of the stuff you saw earlier, right? He's got defense, attack, critical chance. And we go through, we could talk all of this stuff. I think you guys have probably played enough games where I don't have to talk about what attack is and defense is and all of that stuff. I think you got the basic idea of that. The thing I look at, though, for each of my characters that really decide what I do with that character is right here. Crafting, 139, production, 116, and learning, 208. As you can see, learning is his highest stat, so that's probably his best thing that you can do. He's also a great kind of fighter, as I call, or a main assassin crew. We'll get into that. And you can see that he's 4 stars up. Now, the only way to upgrade him is actually to do the main storyline. That's the only way you get upgrades for him. Basically the main storyline. So if you get stuck and you're not high enough level, you can't progress in the main storyline, you cannot upgrade him any further. Of course, maybe if you pay to win, but I never pay to win. I never do, ever. I don't think it's fun. All right, let's back up. Now let's look at all these other peeps here. Now I'm not going to go through every single person, but it's good to know who you start with. So you start with Aguilar there. Eventually you're going to get her right here. Claudia, who's pretty amazing as well. She's got a lot of skills. She's basically our money maker. And as you can see, it actually has like a little thing up there. If you go and pop through them here, like this is a street doctor. This is the young assassin. You can see right up there. It kind of gives them a little bit of something there. It tells them what they do best, pretty much. Now, she's the money maker, but I actually don't use her to make money. I actually put her in the intel room because she has a very, very high production rate. So she's a production person. I typically do not use her on missions. She just sits in the base, gains intel, right? So, of course, we've got our main assassins or our fighter crew who go out and actually fight in missions. We have our production people who hang out in the base and who produce stuff, right? Or they go collect stuff or make potions or whatever they do. So that's group number 2. And then we have a couple more groups. Now, I had to write this down because, you know, I'm old and I forget stuff. So we have those people. Where to go? There it is. And then, of course, we also have our crafting people, which are going in and making armor and all that stuff. And then, of course, we also have our leveling peeps who go in and help other people level up. Like I just showed you Aguilar there. He's great for helping people level up or kind of star up to the next progression level in stars through that DNA that I talked about earlier. We'll talk a bit about that. I mean, this is a pretty deep game. I mean, it was very, very deep. I was super surprised how incredibly deep this game is. Hey, what's up, Gamer Chick? Great to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. There you go. Welcome, welcome. There you go. Azen, you're funny. You funny, Azen. What's up, Shadow? So this particular character is really great, and the mechanics of the game are pretty deep for a mobile game. I really, really love it. I think they did a fantastic job. Again, non-sponsored, just me showing you guys some love of a game that I really am enjoying playing. And we're going to play this for a while, then we're going to get into some Stardew Valley. Because you can only play this so much. It's a limited amount because you can only collect so much intel, and then you run your missions, and then you're out of intel, and then you have to wait till you get some more. So it really does promote not playing it for 9 hours at a time. And of course, you can see we have different currencies up there at the top. Let's talk a bit about those currencies real quick. And then we'll get into a mission here, and I'll show you my kind of fighter crew. Because she's part of the production crew. The people who are standing in the rooms, those are all my production crew. Where's my arrow again? Right here. There we go. Okay, along the top, we have got our different monetary thing. Now, right now, there's an event going on. It's called the Rift. Basically, it's like a special event where you can unlock more assassins, which I really, really like. It's a lot of fun. You can compete with other people. I have actually gotten second place before, even though I'm competing with thousands of other people. Pretty awesome. So right here, we got our Rift tokens. So those will be for events, which we'll get into later. And then, of course, this right here is when you have finally maxed out your people and they can't progress anymore. Well, you know what? They even have a system, even if they're maxed out in their DNA progression, you can go ahead and get these extra things which let you upgrade other people and so on. These right here, these little kind of max tokens, as I like to call them. Here's our intel. We've got our loot here. And these over here are called Helix tokens. Now, you see the little pluses up here? You can press those at any time. Like, we'll go ahead and press on the Helix tokens, and it will take us to the shop. Now, you can buy stuff for real money. You know, they got to pay their bills. I got no problem with that. See? You can buy stuff for real money. Have I bought anything for real money? No, I spend 0 pennies. I spend no money whatsoever. But you can buy stuff, Helix tokens and whatnot. So I like the full disclaimer. You can buy digital cubes. You can buy all this, crafting packs and whatnot. But the great thing is you can get these Helix things. You can see I have 1,500 of them in there. You can get them by doing achievements. You can get them by doing dailies. You can get them by doing that. And, of course, it helps you buy stuff in the store. And that is the way I have gone through and upgraded all of my stuff because I do not pay to win. I do not pay to win ever. I like the challenge of how much can I play without paying 1 penny. Now, I don't mind buying cosmetic stuff, and I don't mind dropping a little bit of cash on a mobile game. Mobile game is perfectly fine. You're just playing it by yourself. You might be competing with other people in events, but you're playing by yourself, typically a solo game, like Fallout Shelter. If you want to spend some money, you know what? It's your money. You do whatever. You do whatever. I have a big problem when it is an online competitive game, right? Like a Fallout 76 or like a Battlefield. You know what I mean? You guys remember that fiasco, don't you? You remember that fiasco? They could have just called me up. I would have told them that was a bad idea. Or anybody who ever played a game ever, they could have contacted them, let them know. Just say it. Just say it. By the way, this is by Ubisoft, by the way. Incredibly well done. One of my favorite mobile games of all time. Not sponsored event. I'm not giving them anything. They didn't give me nothing to tell you that. Again, I tell it to you straight. And if it sucked, I would tell you anyway. I would tell you anyway. I always have free license to tell if it sucks or not, right? Or I typically wouldn't play it. That's my main thing. But I would tell you if it sucks. Now, so you get a free cube every so many hours. I think it's every 4 hours. Now, as you build up stuff here, you also get different DNA fragments. You can open those up for free just by doing achievements or dailies over time as well. As you got other stuff here, which is your daily stuff. And again, see these little circle tokens. I forget what they're actually called. You can unlock these other heroes here. Now, these ones I've got unlocked. Now, this one at the end here, you can see is kind of more of like a ghost figure. Get that down from the top here. Right here, Domingo. He's more of a ghost figure. That's because I have to unlock him. Notice these numbers down here at the bottom, 10 of 55, 1 of 50, 106 of 15. Now, of course, as they get higher and higher level, you need to get more and more DNA to, of course, upgrade them to make them stronger and more powerful, right? That's basically what that's all about, is to make them stronger and more powerful. And basically, this guy is not unlocked yet. He's a legendary. You can see by the yellow. This is an epic. This is a... this is an epic. This is a... brain freeze. God, I hate it when my brain doesn't work. This is something else. Let's just tap on the info at the top there. Rare. There we go. Brain. So that's a rare, and this is a common. Target here is very, very useful. You get him very early in the gameplay. These people over here, I don't use them for nothing. They're just noobs. And of course, as I slide across, right, you're going to see that it's going to slide across and show me some more people. More peeps to unlock. Now, each of these people, of course, have different skills. And, of course, that's why you want different ninjas to unlock. Of course, as you get into legendary level, like Xiao Jun here, you can go ahead and use your various different currencies, right? So you can use your, right here at the bottom, you can use your Helix tokens right here that you've earned. Either you purchased or you earned in-game. And I've earned a lot of them. I mean, I've earned probably 10,000 of them, easy. Just by doing achievements, assassinating so many people and whatnot. Now, again, this is not the game, by the way. This is not the game. There is actually some action coming up in a bit, right? So hang with me. Hang with me. There's lots of action coming up in just a bit. So as you see here, we can go ahead and upgrade these and whatnot. And of course, we can purchase Rift tokens and Intel and all of this. But what I do is, because I have lots of cash up here at the top, and of course, you generate that cash through your HQ. And I'm trying to go in order so you guys can kind of connect the dots. I can go ahead and then just tap right here where it says 6,000 and buy that. That did not cost me real world money. That is money that I earned in the game just by having my people earn cash in their little room. And then I go ahead and get all of them, because I typically have over several 100,000 coins. Now, you can buy coins as well. I don't, because you earn a crazy ton of them in there. You just put your people in there, let them run. Every time you come in the game, you go ahead and tap, get yourself some more coins, which is pretty awesome, pretty amazing. And of course, you want to put your best coin people in your coin room. You want to put your best Intel people in the Intel room. You want to put your best crafting people in your crafting rooms, right? That's what you want to do. All right, and then of course, we have our Helix credits, which you saw. You can buy that. And of course, resources you can buy with your Helix ones if you so need them. Now, I've found that I really haven't need to buy this. I definitely don't buy this because I don't pay to win. This here, I use my ones that I earn in-game, sometimes to buy stuff like Rift tokens or Intel, or get somebody who hasn't quite unlocked. My rule is I don't use it unless it actually unlocks them. See, like you got Xiao Jun here. You might not be able to see it on screen, but it says 19 of 25 currently, and I could get 3 more, which would make her 22 of 25, which is pretty close. When I hit 25, she unlocks, and then, of course, I can level her up, I can give her gear, and I can run missions with that particular legendary person. But if it doesn't unlock her, I just say, you know what? I would rather save that for something else, like Rift tokens or Intel. Those are typically the things that I would purchase those Helix things on. And, of course, then encrypted cubes. So let's go ahead and do our encrypted free cube while we're in here. Now, well, by the way, great animation here. Fantastic, fantastic artistry in this game. So there we go. So we unlocked some Helix, some wood, and, of course, some thread. That's going to allow us then. Of course, you can tap on the different ones. Wood, Helix credits. Again, the interface, fantastic. The game design, fantastic. Close out of that. And there we go. So we got free stuff. I like free stuff. And then, of course, we also got our daily objective done. All right, let's go ahead and back out of there. That's the shop. I've already showed you the HQ. Let's go ahead and back out of there. Let's back out of our heroes. There we go, back into our HQ. You can see already they've already made some more intel there for me. Pretty nice. Now, of course, I've shown you a little bit of missions. I've shown you heroes. I've shown you the shop. Let's go ahead and look at objectives next. Let's go ahead and look at that. And you can see that I've done a whole bunch of things already, right? So I queued up a whole bunch of people right before it reset. And then, of course, I've done a level up. Let's go ahead and collect that. That's going to give me some XP, some intel, and, of course, some stuff to level up my people, the codex. And same thing here. We're going to get some wood and coins and whatnot. And I'm just going to run along and hit all the ones. Look at this. I'm just making that cash, right? Making that loot. Now, here we can go ahead and do standard missions. Let's go back there. We still got to do rushing. We got to go do some standard missions and whatnot. We'll go ahead and do all of those. Now, over here under achievements. Now, some of the achievements I have already finished. I'm going to scroll all the way down here. There we go. Warrior and, of course, assassinating people, which is incredibly fun in this game. Now, you're like, Kismet, this is like a base management game, right? This is a base management game. Yes, this is on my iPad Air 2. This is mobile right here. I got it right here in my hand. I got a custom one with my cool Mighty Skins thing on the back. You can get a discount, too, right down below there. Right down below. But as you can see, I've got to do different things. I got to recruit 43 assassins. Look, I need 2 more assassins. I'm going to get that one done. 23. Look who's here, though. Look who's here. If I go ahead and tap on her face in there, it's going to show me who I'm going to get DNA for so I can upgrade her. Look, it's Claudia. Now, Claudia only gets upgraded through your assignments, right? So the main story is Aguilar, or through the achievements. And then, of course, Claudia is through achievements. The more achievements you get done, the more you get her going. She's an epic, and she is pretty amazing in your base. She's a great one to keep your base going. So it shows you exactly across there. Get some Helix tokens, or Helix crystals, and, of course, some coins. So that's your achievements. And, of course, you have your daily achievements and your your full game achievements. So your dailies, I try to do this every day because it's a daily achievement. That's what you should do. And you unlock, of course, more stuff. Now, let's actually get into the missions. You ready? Let's do it. All right, let's get into the missions and let's run some missions. Now, this is the primary part of the game. Now, you know me, I love any kind of thing that allows me to do game mechanics. Of course, that's the whole game mechanics behind the thing. But the real part of the game is this part of the game, right? And they have done a phenomenal job. Now, I'm going to go ahead and scroll back here to Region 1. Now, why would you want to run Old Quest? Let me go ahead and just scroll. Oh, let me just scroll across here so you can see how many missions that I've already done. I can tell you, I love this game. Incredibly fun. Incredibly fun. I am nearly at max level, which is level 40 right now. Now, of course, they could add more levels later on. They could add more content. They're adding more assassins, like they added Assassin's Creed Odyssey. They added, forget their name, into the game, which, of course, I unlocked, which is pretty cool. But as you can see here, we've got lots and lots of missions. Now, these are legacy missions. These are for unlocking DNA to upgrade your various different assassins, right? So we look through the different icons there, right there at the bottom. And let me go ahead and just point them out here. We look through these different icons right here, and they will tell us who is going to have a high chance of getting some DNA, and then, of course, some low chance of getting kind of a higher level or stronger one than the one you're trying to get, right? Now, right here, I want to go ahead and get this guy right here. We'll go ahead and tap on him, and we're going to take a look at his deal. Again, this is Tark. He is a fighter, right? He's like a tank fighter. You can tell right here by this symbol, means he's more of a straight-up fighter. He's not an assassin. He takes a lot of damage. He can deal a lot of damage, right? He's a pretty powerful guy. We'll go ahead and go to his profile. As you can see, he's a Moorish brawler. He's got special Moorish skills in here under skills, which is pretty much for fighting, as you can see. And I go ahead and hold down. Basically, this one increases his health big time so that he can, of course, take more damage. This one here allows him to strike for 125% damage. And this one here allows him to do a quick, rapid attack, right? So those are his special skills. Now, everybody has their own special skills across the way. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take that out. Now, I'm not going to actually use him in my actual quests, but I'm going to use some peeps to do it. So we got 2 options here, rush or play. You don't have the rush option until you've already ran through it once. You played through it once, and you've gotten 3 stars, which will show you that again. Now, also in this particular quest, we're going to have one person we have to assassinate. That's up there at the top where it says objectives. And we also have 1 box to unlock. But let's show you how it plays as opposed to tell you about it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. So we're going to hit play. Now, here's some of my people here that I use. I call this Team B that I use. So I'm going to actually take Team B out of there to show you the difference between one and the other. So I'm going to take them out. All right. Now, normally when I start, I would use Aguilar here on these basic quests. And then as you go along, you go ahead and unlock other people like Matteo here and Maximo. I use Matteo and Maximo probably for about 90% of the game so far. They're common. You can run them over and over again. You can upgrade them pretty quickly in the game. You don't have to buy anything. So it is really, really effective in playing the actual game. Very, very effective. Now, also, Hammett up here has some special skills that I need to use as well. So here we got Mateo, who's an assassin. He likes to assassinate people, and it is very satisfying when you do assassinate people. We're going to get to that in a second here. And Maximo there is also an assassin, but also he's got the ability to, of course, upgrade himself and gank people a bit better, right? So sometimes you might want to use him versus using Mateo in different situations. Mateo also can climb and do kind of free running a bit better than everybody else. And then Hammett there is a brawler, so he's like a tank. He's also can heal other people, and he can lockpick, which is the reason why he's on this crew, is because he can lockpick chests, and we'll do that right now. Let's go. All right, we're going to confirm them as our crew. We got them going. We can see their power level, how much health they have, and all that stuff. And if they were damaged, we could also basically go in and heal them up and whatnot. So we're going to start. It's going to use 8 of our things. Now, this is the actual game. The rest of it is kind of supporting this part of the game, and this part is fantastic. You ready? Let's get into it. All right, so we've got our 3 different guys here that we can choose from, right? These are our crew that we decided to choose from. So as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and zoom way in here so you guys can see. We got Maxo there, and he's got a thing over his head which allows him to boost and, of course, be a better assassin, right? He's got a boost to him. We've got Mateo in the center there, who is great at basically doing first strikes and then striking multiple times because he's got a fast attack and then a big attack. And then, of course, we've got the man himself at the end here, Hammett, who can heal other people in the party, give him an extra health boost and whatnot, and also can do lockpicking and also disarming traps. All right, so right over here, we're going to go ahead and look at the next room, and you're going to see there's some people in our way that we're going to need to assassinate. We're going to need to sneak by. Basically, there's different options that you can do based on who you pick in your crew, right? Some of them can do zip lines. Some of them can hide. Some of them can vanish suddenly. Some of them can throw stuff far away, which is a great technique as an opener. But right here, we have different choices. Now, notice that 95% there. This thing right here. That 95% means that you have a 95% chance. You never have a higher chance than 95%. You have a 95% chance of assassinating that person if you jump behind those boards and you kind of lead them over and you assassinate them, just like in Assassin's Creed, right? Or I can just straight run over there and I can go ahead and just pow, 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 attack her if I want to use somebody else, right? So say I tap on Hammett here. Notice up at the top there, his name just turned white. Notice that he doesn't have that option, right? He doesn't have the assassination option, right? So he's just a straight brawler. He's just going to go straight in, start fighting whoever's there. He can also jump over traps and whatnot. Then we got my man, Maximo, who has multiple options. Look at this. He's got 2 options that he can do. He can assassinate her, or he can, of course, be stealthy and stealth by, right? And he's got 95% chance. Well, Kismet, why do they have such high percentage of chance, right? The reason why they have such a high percent of chance is because they are very high level. They're level 31, and what I'm doing is like level 5 or something like that. I forgot to look, but it's really low level. So they have really high chance, so you can come back and do these quests later, and they get easier and easier and easier to upgrade your various different people because you can run them faster and faster. And that's why I have crew number 2, because crew number 2 usually does the easier ones, and crew number 1 actually does the harder ones most of the time. All right, or I use them for rushing, which we'll get into. All right, so let's go ahead and assassinate somebody. So we're going to use Mateo here. We're going to go ahead and tap on the little doorway there to bring him into that room. Now he's committed. He's committed to doing whatever needs to be done in that particular room. Reminds me very much of Fallout Shelter. Incredibly well done. So we're going to go ahead and tell him to assassinate her by tapping on that blue square there. He's going to jump back there. She's going to come running up, and let's see what happens. Booyah! You got ganked, bro. You got ganked. All right. Now, there's a little button right here you see me pressing. See that? That actually lets it go at normal speed, 2 times speed, or 3 times speed. It took me a long time before I discovered that was there. It is very, very useful later. There's also an auto button, which we'll get into. We're going to run this once, non-auto, at regular speed, and then we're going to run it at 3 times speed in auto. We're going to show you the difference. All right, again, now I have 2 options here. I can gank her behind those boards, or I can just straight up run behind her and just assassinate her. from behind, or I can run up behind her and I can go ahead and use my quick attack here on Mateo, and then, or I can just do my straight battle attack, right? What I'm going to do, I find just running up, ganking him from behind is so satisfying. Bye-bye! She gone. She dead. Let me double check my sound is working. Feel like it's delayed. There we go. There we go. All right, so we ganked her. She dead. Of course, you know, as you go faster, you can do stuff. Now, here we go. We've got some different options. We have got, in this particular room, we've got the option of going high here. We can just go ahead and run up and jump up above and go over. And I'm actually going to do that because this particular character is really great at kind of running up over the top and getting past the mobs. I'm going to do it because I already showed you the assassinate. Just kind of show you the different mechanics. So we're going to bring Mateo in again. We're going to have him run up above. Then as you pass the mob then disappears. Right? So you've cleared that room, you're good. You can't go backwards, you can only go forward. So if you've done something, you've committed to it. That's it. You can't go back to the previous rooms, right? And you can go ahead and zoom out and see kind of the overview of what we're doing here. You can see we've got lots of rooms to go through and whatnot to go through. Now, also we can look for chests and things like that, which we'll look for in the way as we go through. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use my man here, Hamid. A great thing to use him when their mobs are facing away from the direction you're coming in. So you're going to come in through that doorway there, like so. And she doesn't even know he's there. So he's going to get a sneak attack. So here's a great Kismet tip for you. You want to go ahead and use your melee characters when they're going to get basically the initiative, the sneak attack. Because it always, basically at the very beginning of a fight, it says who has initiative. Whoever has initiative, of course, gets to attack first. And that could mean the difference between you succeeding and failing. So let's do it. We're going to run up there. He's going to use his big attack with his hammer there. She got owned. She got owned. There we go. Bingo. Bingo. No, just for fun, we'll go ahead and pull up Maximo here, and we'll let him do what he does best. You ready? Just watch him do his thing. Bam! She did. She did. All right. Now, over here, we see we've got a 95% chance of jumping across this particular board or just kind of running across that board without falling. They can still fail, by the way. Even at high level, they can still fail. They have a 5% chance of falling or failing. Now, they don't fall to their death. They just fall a little bit. They stumble, they take damage, and they stand back up because that'd be kind of harsh if a person just falls and dies. But here we go. So let's go ahead and look at the difference if I tap on the different people. Watch the 95% over there. I can tap on this guy. He's got 95%. But what if I tap on Hamid here? Oh, he's got 95% too. Now, as you go higher and higher level, of course, those percentages are going to be lower and lower based on what your people do. And we're going to do a higher level one here in a minute. But this one's pretty easy. Normally, I would use Mateo here because he's pretty great at doing climbing stuff. So let's see if he fails. I've actually failed before on low level with him, which is funny. All right, there we go. And again, you get the idea now, right? You get the idea. So let's go in here. Let's go ahead and use this one right here. I'm going to come in through the window. And then we can go up and run up behind her, and that's what normally I would do, run up behind her and gank her from behind, but we're going to use the window. Let's go use the window. Sometimes the window is a higher chance of success, by the way. But sometimes you use the higher chance of success and you will still fail. So let's see what happens. Ganked! She got ganked. All right. The assassination is a lot of fun. Now, you can go through and just kill everybody, which is fun. But you can also just try to be stealthy and just try to get through the mission so you can get the rewards. It's up to you. Again, going to use Mateo here again. We're going to go ahead and just jump down. And then jump down again. All right. Now, right here, you want to watch out because if you look over here, you can see a chest that we want to get, right? We want to get this chest because, of course, it gives us extra loot as we run through this. So this is a super, super fun game. Yeah, it's a mobile game. I believe it's on Android and on iOS. So I can go ahead and use Mateo here. He can go in there and try to knock it open and try to get himself some coins, right? But if we want to get the full loot, this is what we got him on our crew. Hamid can actually do something different. Notice how we've got two options now. We've got the option of breaking the chest or lock-picking the chest. So that's what I want to do. Hamid is one of the people you get very early on, and he can lock-pick. So you want to build him up so he can, of course, have that high chance, 95% chance. Let's do it. There we go. So we got some coins. We might have got a potion. We might have got some Codex stuff for leveling our people up. Basically, he got the full loot, right? Sometimes you get partial loot if you use your other guys, right? If you got to have people who can lockpick so you can get the full loot of the game. So, of course, let's go back over here. What are we going to do here? We got this lady right here. And we can go ahead and gank her. Now, sometimes you don't want to. Another Kismet tip for you. Sometimes you don't want to use up because you only have so many. Now, if you look here at the bottom of the thing, I have a big arrow. I can just use my arrow. Right here at the bottom, I have one more assassination left. Right? I have one more assassination left, and that's it. So I might want to save that toward the end, right, for the big boss mob that we're going to fight, right? So you might want to save that. So that's what I'm going to do this time. I'm going to go ahead and save it, and I'm just going to straight up have him come in there and battle and watch him kick some butt. You ready? Here we go. So first thing I'm going to do is click on the purple one, which is going to give him the fast, quick attack. See, he lost initiative. He didn't get first attack, right? She got first attack. She hit, but then he just owned her big time with his spikes. So there we go. Same thing here. All right, we're to the boss here, but we've kind of not gone up here, right? Now, if we're doing a achievement, we want to go ahead. Another Kismet tip for you. We want to go ahead, and we're doing an achievement, say, to assassinate 5,000 people, or 300 people, or 100 people, or 50,000 people. Of course, it keeps going up and up and up until you finish, I think it's 50,000 or 100,000. I forget how many it is, or 10,000, something like that, that you have to assassinate so many people. And then, of course, you get those achievements. You get those DNA. You can update Claudia, who, of course, is going to do a better job of managing your base, right? So all this stuff is interconnected, which is pretty fun. So let's go ahead and take Dude here. We're going to go ahead and take him. We're going to run him right up in here. We're just going to have him gank these guys to work on our achievements. For no reason. Because that's the end boss right there. We could just finish it by going to the end boss, but sometimes it's just fun watching him get ganked. The ganking is very satisfying because he's got some more ganking, right? He's got some more assassinations under his belt. Right there. So he's coming in behind her. She don't even know he's there. You can see that he's got one more assassination right over here. It tells you how many he's got left. One more to go. Might as well use it up because we're almost done with this particular run. So we're just going to assassinate her. She dead. She dead. You're going to assassinate a lot of people. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and go in here. Let's go ahead and jump down. We'll see if he fails. Nope, he's fine there. Sometimes they fail, even at 95%. So there we go. We've eliminated the entire run. Now, each run has different mechanics, have different stuff that you can do, right? Sometimes you unlock traps and things like that. A lot of fun. I'm just doing a low-level one here. We'll do a high-level one so you guys can see that as well. But super, super fun, right? Now, again, the game can be very, very grindy, so just a heads up. Now, Mateo is my main guy. He is my main assassin. He is usually the fastest attacker. He can take out people with long swords like nobody's business. And it actually tells you how easy or how hard this is. Now, because my guys are high level, all of these guys are going to be very easy. But when we're doing a high level one, it will actually say hard, very hard, easy, or just very easy like it says right now. And you can see we've got two people that we need to battle, right? She's got her back to us right now. So if we brought Hamid in, who's a fighter, he would get first shot at wiping her out. But we can also assassinate her, which I've saved the one on Mateo, so he can, of course, assassinate her and then attack the big boss, right? Now, of course, he could just kill them normally because he's high level, but we're going to go ahead and show you that. Now, sometimes you will fail, even at 95%, so beware for that. She's toast, and then now we're going to go wipe him out. See if he gets first attack. Boom! He got first attack. That dude is a goner. Now, depending the enemy that you take on is how fast they attack and if they get initiative or not, based on who you send against them. It's kind of like a battle royale with your ninjas. There we go. So we got 3 stars. When you get 3 stars, you unlock the rush mode, where you can actually just rush it and get the rewards without having to actually run the entire thing like I just did. We did our objective. Eliminate the guy. Of course, all my peeps. I'll also show you their health and stuff if they're low health. And we hit continue. Now, you must hit continue. There got to be a human interaction in this. And you can see now we've unlocked some DNA, 3 DNA toward our upgrade of our fighter guy there. And, of course, some wood and some coins and some XP. I find that the legacy quests, again, another Kismet tip for you, the legacy quests are the best XP in the game. Greatest way to level up your HQ is to do as many legacy quests as you can in a day before they reset. All right, we'll continue. We'll get out of there. Let's do it. All right, so that's basically the primary part of the game where you're going and you're ganking and you're kind of doing all these kind of puzzles and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to show you the way you do it after you've been playing a while, right? If you want to get the loot. If you want to get the chest and you want to get the loot, I'm going to show you Team B. And I'm going to tell you why I got Team B, right? So I'm going to take Team A out here. Right here, I'm just going to go ahead and tap on him. That's going to take those little white squares away. And I'm going to go ahead and get my buddy Lewis, who is actually a higher level mob. Notice the white background behind Mateo. That's saying he's a common. You can see Lewis there, who is an epic. Or who is a... Darn it, I always forget that one. Is it epic? Rare. He's a rare. He's a rare. And then, of course, if he has purple behind him, it's an epic. And then, of course, yellow would be legendary. Now, the legendaries are very hard to get. You, of course, have to buy stuff in the store, or you have to get DNAs. They're obviously very difficult to unlock and very difficult to level up over time. So just be aware of that. That's why I use my commons, because they're easy to level up. Give them some epic gear. Get them as high level as you can, and they'll own. Big time, especially these 3 guys right here. These 3 guys own. You got Hammond to unlock your chests. You got Mateo and Maximo here to, of course, assassinate people or sneak by people or run along the rafters or whatnot. Now, my other peeps here I've got going here are Lewis, who is my team captain. We got Luisa over there and Alonzo. All of them are assassins, if you notice. They have that assassin icon right next to their name. Notice the icon here. Assassin, assassin, assassin. Now, there are different types of assassin. This person's more of a walker. Bajow! Coming in. I just like saying your name. Thanks so much for dropping the Dragon Hammer, crushing that follow button, becoming part of the Wasteland Tycoons. Welcome. Now, again, they have different abilities. This guy's more of a walker. He's like, you know, that platform we walked across? That's kind of what he does best. He's also a straight-up fighter. You can just wail on him, much like Hammond does. Over here, Louisa, same thing. She's a walker. She also uses poison, and she can lockpick. That's right. So let's go ahead and take a look a little bit closer at Alonzo. Now, I'm just going to look at their skills. You can see that he's got this thing, free running, and he can lockpick. Pretty awesome, right? So he's a great replacement for Hammond, who is the only one on my other team who can actually do lockpick. So we'll go back up. We'll go look at Luisa here, and we'll look at her skills. She's got the ability to stealth, right? She can sneak by people, which I'll do here in the next run to show you guys. She's also got some free running, and she's got lockpicking, and she can also do ropes and stuff like that. She can slide down those. One of the few mobs who can do that, by the way, who can go up ropes and go up special ways that the other ones cannot. The few assassins that can do that. Notice also that she's 4 stars here, still leveling her up as well. We're going to go ahead and go back. And, of course, my main man himself, Lewis, who is going to become my kind of team captain here. He's got some skills as well. Check out his skills. Holy mackerel. He can stealth, he can undo traps, and he can also lockpick. So, wait a minute, Kismet. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on a second. Does that mean that all 3 of your people can lockpick? Absolutely. All 3 of them can lockpick a chest. Now, I picked them specifically for that reason. And I'll show you why right here when we go ahead and run the same mission again. We're going to run it again. But this time, we're going to hit confirm. Wrong button. Wrong button. Confirm. There we go. We're going to confirm them as our team. We're going to hit start. We're going to run the same mission again. Now, this time, we're going to run it in a fantastic way. Now, after you've been playing the game for a while, you've only got so many minutes in the day. You only got so many minutes in the day, like me, and you want the thing to just go really fast. You want to grind it out real quick. Now, whenever I play the missions, that's because I want to get the chest. I want to get the chest and get extra potions and extra stuff like that. Now, I'm actually going to speed it up right here on this little button here. I'm going to tap that. Now it's ×2 right over here. And then I'm going to go ×3. Then I'm going to press the auto button, and it's going to do it all by itself. You ready? Here we go. Pow! Go, baby! And the computer's going to choose. Now, it's never going to choose as good as you because it doesn't remember what you did previously. It just makes it up as it goes. It randomizes it. See, you snuck by. In this case, he did an attack. Wiped her out. It's just awesome. She just owned her with some poison. Here she comes. She's going to stealth by. She's going to get their attention. Sneak by him. Boom! She's gone. Now he's going to jump down because he's my free runner. She's going to get the thing. She's got lockpicking. Bam! She got some money. He's going to go in here. He's going to sneak by her. And then, here she is. Boss mode. She's on the boss. Killed the boss. Poisoned him. And you done. That's it. So the reason why I picked those 3 people is I find when you're auto-running a mission, it never picks your guy who has the lockpicking. 50% of the time, or 75% of the time, or 99% of the time, Hamid will not be the person it picks automatically to put on the chest, which is going to give me my full loot. So that's why I picked these 3 people, is because they can go, and no matter who goes on the chest is going to get the full loot every single time. Amazing Kismet tip for you there. Go for it. Continue. That's it. And of course, look at that. We got some more rewards. Well, eventually we can upgrade our fighter guy there and be good to go. Be good to go. So there we go. So that's just a basic mission, a legacy mission. And there we go, as we got our daily legacy mission done. All right, so those are legacy missions. We're going to go ahead and back out of there. And we're going to go ahead and do a different mission. We're going to do one over here, the hammer one. We did this one, which is called the legacy. We're going to do this one over here, which is the hammer. My arrow out of there. I'm going to go ahead and tap on that one. Again, sometimes my face will go out because of blue screen, because it's blue shining on my face. All right. So here we go. So we got some low-level stuff here that allows us to get different materials, which allows us to go in and, of course, loot stuff to make, like, armor and weapons and accessories, right? Now, I'm going to go way, way up here. And we're going to see a whole different world right here up here. Now, you can see one here that doesn't have 3 stars. You can also see the ones that are locked up here. I can't do those ones yet until I do the actual missions, the primary quest missions. We'll do one of those in a bit. But right over here, you can see they don't have any stars, and we haven't done this one yet. You can see we've got some rewards here, which allows us to make some really high-end stuff. So we're going to go give it a try. Now, it's level 38. My people are level 31. So my people are probably going to get owned. And I'm going to let them get owned on purpose so you guys can see that it's not that easy mode. Because I'm kind of showing you, because my people are very high level, that sometimes it's going to be very, very tough to choose who does what, right? So I'm going to go in here, and I'm also going to point out here at the top is it does give you kind of a suggestion who you should take, right? You want to take somebody who does free running, you want to take a tank, and somebody who can do shadow. I never pay attention to that. I use my 3 dudes, and that's it. I rarely ever pay attention to that. Now, when you're rushing, sometimes you're required. You have to use those people. And again, we'll get into rushing in a minute. But we're going to go ahead and play up here at the higher level. Again, we're going to take Team 2 out, like so. And I'm going to bring my fighters in. Now, again, these are the only ones that I use typically when I'm doing missions. The only ones. The other, like, 40-plus people or 35-plus people, they just stay in the base and do stuff, right? Sometimes I'll use them when it's events. Sometimes we'll do it when then. All right, so we'll go ahead and say confirm, and we're good to go. Now, look at what it says right there. Low power score. Low power score means that if he gets hit, he's probably going to get owned. The same thing with my other guy. Now, of course, Mateo rocks. He doesn't have lower power score. Now, my power score right now is 1485. Right up there at the top, it shows you in this upper right-hand corner. I'm going to get my arrow. Right here is your 1485 for Mateo. And then up here in the corner, it says that you should have a 1430 power score. And that's based on what level they are and, of course, what equipment they have. That's how their power score works, as well as how many stars they have or how much DNA you have researched and then upgraded them, right? So you upgrade. There's like 3 different ways of upgrading their power score. So, again, level, equipment, and then also through DNA or through the ceremony room, which, of course, upgrades them to a kind of a higher level assassin. Okay, again. Now, again, it recommends that I bring all of these people. I'm going to ignore all of those recommendations and probably die. I don't know. I've never done this one before. I'm going to do the first time right here on the stream. Let's go. Let's go. I just unlocked this one recently. Let's get into it. Thank you, Bajow. Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate everybody being here on this bonus stream. Bonus content stream, anyway. All right, so here we are. We're starting with our 3 guys. Now, notice that percentage is way different than it was before. It's not 95%, it's 53%, right? And I have several different choices. I can go up and try to gank them from behind, or I can try to gank them from behind that Tresser. Now, funny thing, sometimes that 45% will actually work better than 53%. And, of course, I'm on Mateo right now. You can see because it's white up there at the top. Let's go ahead and click on Maximo. He's got 41%, but 82% chance of just stealthing by. So that's probably a good option. And if we go ahead and go to Hammond here, oh, wait a minute, look what happens. See it right below there? It says very hard. It's turned red. Probably not going to do much damage to this mob. He's going to take a lot of damage. Probably not your best option to go in and fight with him. Right? Typically, I use him for mobs that are not looking and who are fairly easy, whatnot. So he's very easy to Mateo, though. And he's average damage to that. So if I'm not able to stealth by, then I'm going to take more damage. It's going to be tougher for me to kill him with this particular character, right? So you need to keep that in mind when you're attacking. So we're going to go to Mateo here, and we're going to say, we can just straight up attack him because he's very easy, right? And go from there. And then, of course, we're going to have to go down the ladder here, and we got some people to fight down here. Don't forget to look ahead. If this is all one room. So I need to look ahead and also say, well, wait a minute. I've also got to attack this guy, or I can run up over his head. You can see there's a 71% there of me just running along the blocks there. And, of course, I've got this guy over here in the corner who's also very easy, who's an 88% with this particular character, right? Now, of course, we've got Maximo here who has a special skill. So I'm going to press this special skill above his head. Bam! There we go. Now, look what happened. Notice his assassination has gone up. His stealth has gone up just a little bit. But also down here, look what happens. Oh, hard, 52%, 93%. So overall, I would say that probably Mateo is better overall, right? Because he's got 71% there. All the mobs are very easy or easy. He's probably got the best chance of rocking this. So let's go for it. Let's go for it. And I try different ones each time I play through. If I fail, if I'm not able to get 3 stars, then I'll come back and I'll try different ones. Let's go. Let's just try to gank him. Nope. Was not able to gank him. So it didn't work. I wasn't able to assassinate him. Now I've got to wipe him out. Notice he's got more hit points by double than I do. Let's go. Let's do a quick strike. There we go. Now you want to use that quick strike every single time it comes up. Very, very important because it will make the difference between if your character's alive or dead. Right, there we go. All right, down the ladder. Now I have a choice. I can go to this guy or this guy. Well, I'm going to totally gank this guy. Now, my sound seems a little bit delayed there. I apologize for that. But notice that I went this way. That I went that way instead of this way. Now, I don't know what's over this way. I've never been this way. But I just chose to not go that way. Right? Now I can't go that way. I can't go in that direction. I've made a choice now to only go in this direction. Now, I could have made a choice where it could make it where I have to run this entire thing again. We'll find out. I've never run this before. I'm running it live for the first time. And we might fail. You never know. Now, we got 82% chance to get him there. We have 64% chance to get him there. Or we can just kind of just jump up and try to pass him up. And then try to get up to the top soldier up there. Let's go ahead and see this guy right here. What's he got? 87%, 93% chance in there. And, of course, 87% chance, but only 57%. Or 50% chance of being able to leap up and getting up to the top there. Again, go with my buddy Mateo. Let's see what he can do. Let's go in there. Let's see if he can gank him. Just gank that dude. You got ganked, bro. Now, also, notice I made a decision again, right? Now, I can't jump up. I can't go up. Usually, you want to go up is kind of a great way to go. But I can't go up now. So, again, there's a lot of places in the game, usually later, in the later missions, where you make a choice and that choice is now made. Right? You can't go back and then go in other directions. Unless it circles back the other way. You'll see. Same thing here. Look at this. We got a straight up gank. We also can get him, but only 45%. Let's go ahead and check him out. 93%. Very nice. And then, of course, we have also some stealth ability here. I say we go with Maximo. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's go with that 95%. Try to gank him coming in behind. Got him. Got him. Now, I got a higher chance of stealthing, so we're going to stealth this time. See if we do it. There we go. Now we stealth by. So very much a puzzle game. Very fun. Super fun puzzle style game. Of course, this guy right here has got a bell. He'll ring this bell and, of course, call somebody else. And, of course, might be able to overpower your assassin. So watch out for that. Watch out. And, again, I like to tap on them first, see what my percentages are. Again, see if they're very hard like they are there. Looks like he's got the highest chance of getting them in the window. So let's see if... Oh! Press the wrong button. I meant to do stealth. Still got it, even with 50%. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. I meant to stealth, but there we go. Now, again, sometimes you want to stealth and save up your assassinations. Sometimes you want to use your assassinations and save up your stealth. It depends on what the mission calls for, right? Same thing here. We've got average up here at the top. We got very hard. If we've gone up across the top there, we could have used that zip line and gone on zip line. Of course, our other person, Lucia, the other one, we could have used her to use the zip line. But none of these guys can do the zip line. So we're going to just go straight up, try to get by him. All right, 82%, 45%. I can try to go up over his head with a 62%, right? 62% chance of going up over his head and then getting by him and then jumping across. And then I'd have to gank that guy at the end, right? Look at that. Look at that. All right. So, again, make sure you look all the way through. There's 82% there of stealthing by. Only 38% chance of making it across there without damaging himself. And then he's got 78% and 76% at the end on this guy. Wherever that white box is, or sorry, where the yellow box is, that's telling you you've got to run that entire thing with the one guy that you choose. I'm going to go with Maximo. Let's see if he can do it. Let's go. Let's go, Maximo. Come on, let's show him your skills. Let's go ahead and stealth by. I chose the bottom one, the stealth one. Rocking it. Now he's going to have a low chance of doing this. Let's see. He did it. Awesome. Let's see. Well, I feel like assassinating him. Pretty close there. Oh, failure. Even at 82%. Now I got to fight the dude. Let's go. Oh, taking some damage. Might not make it. Oh, lucky dodge. Now you can run this 50 times, and that'll be different 50 times. That fight will be different every single time. Sometimes you'll dodge, sometimes not. I got super lucky there. I got super lucky that he dodged a lot of those attacks, and he was able to get by. And that's it, everybody. Bam, we did it. And, of course, there we go. We unlocked the rush mode because we got 3 stars. And, of course, we got all of the loot, the different resources. There we go. Got that done. I was actually pretty lucky. I was pretty lucky that he didn't die at the end. If he had died at the end there, I wouldn't have been able to, of course, rush the room. I would have had to keep playing it until I was able to do it and get all 3 stars to rush the room. All right, so we're going to go ahead and back up here a little bit. What I'm looking for right now is these things right here, which are the steel ignits. I'm looking for the steel ignits so I can make armor, some higher-end armor for my people, right? So that's really the one I want to do. But, you know, it doesn't really, I don't really have the time to sit and run through the entire thing, right? It's got 2 chests I can get, but I don't have the time. You know what I want to do? I just want to rush the room, right? I have the time. I could really play it longer, but I also want to play some Stardew Valley tonight. But I'm just going to hit the rush button, right? The purple button there. I'm going to hit rush. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to tell me what the requirements are of rushing that particular room. First, they have to be at full health. Notice how my people I just used are not at full health, so they're over there. But I can heal them by tapping the heal button there, and it will come up and it'll give me a list of my potions. Now, of course, you saw some of my people were making potions earlier, if you were watching earlier. Now, I find the 30% potions are perfect for healing them right after you rush, right? So we want to save that for rushing. But here at Mateo, I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm not going to use Mateo. I've already got people who are already healed. No reason to use my potions right now. I'm just going to use the people I've already got, and I'm going to tap on them, and I'm going to hit rush down the bottom right corner. Boom. That's it. You just did the whole mission, and you got all the loot, except for you didn't get what was in the chests, right? So you didn't get what's in the chest. It could have been money in there. There could have been codex in there for leveling your people up. There could have been potions in there. Who knows? Who knows what could have been in there? But, or resources. But in this case, we just rushed it. You know, you've only got so much time. You only got like 10 minutes to play the game. Rush, 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 rush. And then boom, onto your real life stuff. Boom. Now also rushing, there we go. We got our daily done of loot missions. But rushing is also part of your daily quest as well. So you want to definitely do the rushing as well. So that's the loot missions. So we'll go over, and now we'll go ahead and do standard missions. Now, standard missions are for leveling your people up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and scroll this way. And we're going to go way up here to one I've unlocked here, level 38. Now, it's got all 2 stars out of 3 stars, which means I can't rush it. Notice the button there. I can't rush it because I failed. One of my people died before I got to the end. Very tough mission. But I'll get it eventually as they level up and get stronger. Now, you can actually see up there, level 34 is the level of my HQ. The level of your HQ is how much you can level up your assassins, right? So it's the same thing. I can get them to level 34 maximum, and that's as far as I can go. Until I level up my HQ to get to level 35, then I can level all my people up to level 35. Though, you don't want to level everybody up because you don't have enough resources to do that. You want to focus on the people who you think are going to be the best at doing these missions to help get more resources to help level up your people. And that's why I've chosen the people I've chosen. They are the best people. The group number 1 is great for doing what we just did, unlocking the high-end missions. The other ones that I have, who have all lockpicking, are great for running the lower-end missions and getting basically the chest and the resources. And because they're so high level in the lower missions, you rarely have to heal them either, especially in the real low missions. So here we go. So this is a very high-level mission. I cannot rush it. Right? But if I go 1 down, you can see the rush button now turns into a kind of a lighter purple. We're going to hit rush. There we go. We're going to hit rush. And as you can say, oh man, we need to heal. Now, here's a little bit of a problem. If you notice that these 5 right here are up here at the top. Right? And there's real smart mechanics of the game. Right here, these 5 are strong enough to be part of the rush crew, right? But I have to have this. I can't just choose. I have to have a person who's a tank, and then an assassin. But I don't have enough tanks that are very, very high level, like all the rest of these guys are, to run this mission. And that's okay. That's okay. You don't have to have everybody at max level. In fact, I choose very wisely who I level up. Now, over here, we've got my highest level tank right here, who is, I can't quite see his power score, but it's over 1,000, who does not have 1320 power, right? He's about 1,000 power. So I would have to level him up, and he's got 1 more star that I need to get, right? 1 more upgrade that I need to get to make him be more powerful. Then he'll have 1,300 if I give him the right gear, and of course level him way up. Notice he's only level 27 because I use him very rarely, only occasionally for rushing on the lower levels, not on this one, obviously. So I don't have enough people to rush this one. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to say back. Say, forget that mission. Forget that mission. I'm going to go in, and I'm going to get the mission before that mission to see if I can rush that one. Let's go level 34. Let's go ahead and hit rush, and let's see who it chooses I can use. Look at this. I can use a lot more people. Now, see, the people who are low power score I can't use, and the people who are up here I can use. The people who are lit up, those are people with full health. These people over here need to be healed before I can rush them, right? They have to be healed after every rush to rush the next time. Let's go back 1 more to this one. And we'll hit rush. Who do I need here? Oh, wait a minute here. And I got two people, 2 healers. That's what the green is. They're kind of multi-purpose. One is a healer here at the bottom. You see he's got a heart up there. He's got a wrench. I don't know if you can see that. It's pretty hard to see that small. Kind of see it there a little bit better. He's more of a multi-guy. He can undo traps. He can open up boxes. But here we go. So we need 2 assassins. So we're going to go ahead and heal the people we just used. And again, whenever you rush, I find that 30% is perfect. Look, it healed them all the way up and heal. There we go. Now we got an assassin. Now let's go ahead and heal Lewis here as well. I could have chose anybody, really, out of those assassins. But there we go, 30%. And that's why I produce 30% ones. I don't produce 100% ones or 60% ones. I produce 30% ones every 4 hours so that I have enough so I can rush. Another great Kismet tip for you. There you go. All right, so we'll go ahead and pick our 2 assassins and 1 of our healers and rush. There we go. We just got a bunch of stuff to allow us to upgrade and level up our people. So you don't have to always do the highest level mission. You don't have to always play through the mission, especially if the mission, like this particular mission here, has no chests. There's no chests. There's no reason for me to play through it unless I'm trying to do an objective. There we go. Hey, Specimen, what's up? Unless I'm trying to do an objective, unless I'm trying to assassinate or stealth so many times so I can go ahead and get my achievement unlocked, or if I'm doing an event. We haven't even got to events yet. Wait till we get to that here in a moment. So let's go ahead and do this again. We're going to go ahead and rush this a second time. Now, again, I already have somebody who's already a full health. So all I got to do is heal 2 people. So let's go ahead and heal in here. And you can see I've got some 20% potions But look, not quite enough. Not quite enough, right? So let's go ahead and use 2 of those. All right, that guy's healed. Let's go. Bam. And let's go ahead and try it again here on Lewis. We're going to go ahead and use that 20%. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. We're going to go ahead and use that heal. Now we're out of potions, right? But we still can't rush. And how long is it going to be till we can rush? Well, we'll go ahead and tap on him here. And it's going to say right down here, he's going to be full health in 8 minutes and 16 seconds. Now, he actually doesn't need to be full health, but he needs to be very, very close. So it might as well just consider it that he needs to be full health when you are rushing. All right, so let's go back. And so that's 8 minutes before we can do that. So that's a big bummer. So while we're doing that, we can do something else, right? While we're waiting for him to heal, and of course, the more you upgrade your HQ, the more you upgrade your living quarters, the faster they heal, right? So keep that in mind as well. So again, all these really fantastic mechanics that interact with each other in game is why I love this game. It's very, very mechanic based. I really love it. And of course, there's a lot of action in it too. Great game to just play on the side. On the side while you're doing other things. Now you can see we got some objectives done. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's go ahead and collect some of our objectives, like so. Now, again, you don't have to play this all at the same time. You can play a little bit and come back to it, a little bit, come back to it. You can, of course, all my people are making potions, and they're doing a whole bunch of stuff as well. But let's go ahead and double-check them back here in the base. And again, my face is going to, because it's blue, it's going to drop out from time to time. Let's go ahead and go back here to the base, and let's queue some people up doing something. Now, all this time we've been doing this other stuff for like an hour or 2 hours here. They have not been working. Like right up here, you can see there's nobody here. That means for like an hour, I just wasted an hour for you guys because I love you. But normally I would never stop that running. I would have it running every second of every minute of every day, all the time. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on that little blue thing right there. It's going to say which ones do I want to make. Of course, 2 hours, 4 hours, or 8 hours it's going to take. I'm going to go ahead and tap on the 8 hours. Now, that's for somebody who's a complete noob, level 1, and who has no upgrades. But of course, I've got this guy, Gaspar, who is part of my production crew. He just sits in the base. That's all he does. He doesn't go out and fight. He just sits in the base. Now look at that. It's gone down from 8 hours to 5 hours and 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and tap on somebody else. Jamie here, 6 hours and 31 minutes. Right? Depending on who you tap on, right, is how long it takes. And of course, you want the person who's going to take the least amount of time, in this case, Gaspar, because he has this special skill right here. Let's go ahead and zoom in on him. He's got this special skill right here that says he crafts 20% faster in the apothecary. And then this one here, which is 20% faster in the library, which is the room he's currently in. He's in the library. He's going to research codex in the library. So we're going to hit research, and that's it. That's all you have to do. There's no mini game or anything like that. He'll sit in there, he'll research for the next 5 hours, and then he'll give me the ability to train some peeps, right? So again, right here, same kind of thing. We want to go in, we want to get some wood here, right? Because we want to upgrade our rooms later on. We're going to get Rosa on the job. She takes 6 minutes, or 6 hours and 34 minutes. Claudia, 6 hours and 6 minutes. So she's actually faster, but I prefer to use her in another room. And right now, I'm leveling up Claudia, right? I'm leveling up Claudia, so I don't want her to be doing anything while I'm leveling her up, right? Because otherwise, you can't have her doing intel and leveling at the same time. You have to choose which one you want. So I'm going to put Rosa, and I'm going to go ahead and start. Now, Rosa's got a skill that actually makes the next person take less time. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, do the second thing again, and I'm going to go ahead and use Yezbel here, who is another one of my production people who sits in this room and collects wood or stone in this particular room. And that's how you collect wood and stone. It's going to take 6 hours and 6 hours, and you just let it run. That's it. I mean, it takes time, right? It takes time. Over here, potions. Right, and we're going to go ahead and go 30% potions, third one over. And we're going to say, well, let's see how long does it take Gershwin here. Or Gershon. It's 4 hours and 29 minutes. If we tap on Tark here, it's going to take 4 hours and 19 minutes, and so on. Now, just because Gershon here has the actual skill, right here, to go 15% faster in Apothecary, doesn't make him faster than other people. It doesn't make him faster, right? Not unless he's high level. Not unless he's built up. Now, if I build him up to 5 stars and I level him all the way up to 34, which is the maximum level I can put him right now, because my HQ is 34, then he would probably be faster than the other people. But right now, actually, Tark is the fast one. He's my big crafter. He's 4 hours and 19 minutes. Let's go ahead and spend those coins, get ourselves some potions. Same thing here. I'm going to say 30% potions. We're going to get Jorge right here. Jorge is among the fastest, but not the fastest, but he's somebody who can go do something else while I'm leveling up Mateo or leveling up my other people. So they're not blocked from leveling up. So let's go ahead and get him going. There we go. Now, that's going to run for a very long time. And again, that's why I love the game. You queue that stuff up, you walk away, right? Now, in my intel room here, I've been leveling up Claudia, who's normally in my intel room. Now, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add people from the room. So I'm going to go ahead and take both of these people out. I'm going to go ahead and tap on Claudia here. It's going to say it takes 9 hours and 12 minutes. I turn her off. Normally take 11 hours and 53 minutes. So 9 hours and 12 minutes by herself, right? So I'm going to go ahead and tap on Alonzo. It's going to make it take 6 hours and 41 minutes. Now, actually, Alonzo typically is the person I have going and collecting wood and collecting all of that stuff. So actually, I no longer want him in this room because I was using temporarily while I was leveling up my other character. So I don't want him in that room. I want him to eventually go back to the other room because he makes that one go way faster because he has that skill that you saw just a minute ago, this one right here, which is a fast forager. So he can collect wood and stone faster than pretty much anybody I've got so far. So I definitely want to put him back over there. So you'll see I switch them around based on whether I'm leveling up those characters or they're training. So we got Claudia in there. So we're going to go ahead and tap on Lewis. Let's see, 6 hours and 43 minutes to get that intel completely full. Let's see, Hammond. Now, you don't have to wait till it gets full, by the way. You can get 10 of them, tap 10, and then go do a mission. But then you have to wait after those are done and keep going. Now, I have 132 because I typically will let it go for 5 hours, and then I will get a bunch, and then I will, collect all my stuff, and then I'll let it go for another 5 hours and collect all my stuff. And then I'll do all the missions usually at one time, like I'm waiting for my daughter at school. I'll get there, 30 minutes beforehand so I get a good parking spot to pick her up. And I'm sitting there and I'll be playing on my iPad while I'm waiting. This is a great game for that. Like you're waiting for the bus stop or you're waiting for the train or you're on the train or whatever it is and you got to do a long commute or you're in a commute with somebody else, right? And you're sitting in the back seat and they're driving with their friend in the front seat. And you're back there and you're doing some Assassin's Creed Rebellion. There you go. Really great game for that. So my two primary people that I typically put on Intel are Hamid and Claudia because they are very, very built up. As I build up other people, though, Hamid will probably get replaced. Claudia, though, is pretty amazing. So I'm going to keep her in there. Let's confirm. Put her back in there now that I've leveled her up. She was level 20, and I leveled her up to level 30 now. Now, every 11 levels is kind of the tier of equipment. Right? Level 11, you can get the kind of first level equipment. Level 21 is the second level equipment. And then level 31 is that kind of higher level. It's actually 4-star equipment. But as you move up, of course, every 11th level or every 21st, every 31st, so on. 11th, 21st, and 31st is where you have that kind of tier level. So as you notice that I'm just leveling them up to level 31. I'm not going all the way to 34. And I do that each time. I'll level them up to 11. Then I'll level them up to 21, and then I'll level them up to 31. And if I get to 41, I'm still at 34 right now. And if I get to 41, then I'll level them up to 41 to get that real high-end gear. Real high-end gear. So, okay, we got her going. Let's collect that one there. Of course, that can only hold so much, by the way. If you notice down here in the corner, it says 1 of 65. So if I let it go for 3 days, the maximum amount it's going to collect is 65. And you can see how long it's going to take. It'll take 6 hours and 47 minutes to collect 65 intels. Right? And you can see I have a maximum of 200 way up there at the top. So there we go. And of course, coins. I never really worry about coins. But you know what? You want to have your best people on it, right? So let's see who our best people is. You can see we've got a bunch of people who have a coin benefit. You can see one that has a little clock there. That means it goes faster. And there's one with an arrow. That means that you can hold more coins. Or it might be that it costs less when you're crafting. But we're going to go ahead and see it. So we got Lupo here, who's level 2. By the way, level 2 is going to take 6 hours with Lupo. Let's turn Lupo off. What about Flora? 6 hours and 1 minute with Flora. Angela is going to take 5 hours and 13 minutes. So she's actually the better one, but she's also level 20 right now. We're going to go ahead and tap on Maya. That's 7 hours. Alonzo, 5 hours and 59 minutes, right? And we'll go back to Angela. She's the fastest one of all of them, right? She's usually the one that I have in coins because, again, she's got that skill that's going to allow her to go a bit faster. So generate 15 coins of treasure. You're like, Kismet, why is she not level 31? Why is she not level 34? Why is she not super high level? Well, I saved those codexes because you only get so many and you only have so much time in the day and you only have so many intels and only so many times you can run missions to upgrade your guys. So if you don't have enough stuff to level your main guys up, you can't progress in your missions. You can't collect other stuff as easily than if you spend it on your production people. And production people are usually, after I've leveled up my other guys and I have some left, then I'll burn it on my production people, my primary production people first, and then, of course, secondary production people for when I have them switched out leveling. So there we go. So Angela is really great for that. We're going to put her in there. And then, you know what? We'll go ahead and see here. 336, 337, 431. So we'll say Lupo here. Now, Lupo's level 2, by the way. He's also a legendary, right? He's a legendary Shadow Stealth. If I leveled him up, he would be incredibly great. Let's go check out his stats. Right now, his production is 34. So if I level him up to level 31, say, he would have a huge, huge level of production. He would be fantastic in my room. Of course, eventually, you want to have legendaries doing everything, right? You want legendaries doing all of your stuff in your base, and you want your legendaries out using their legendary skills out against all the people you're trying to assassinate, right? Or doing the main storyline or whatever you're doing. All right. There we go. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and queue those up, confirm. And now we've kind of optimized that. We've swapped some people out. Because I was leveling Angela there, and we'll go ahead and let them run. And I have several legendaries, by the way, in there that I did unlock. We go ahead and take a look at those. You can see they have a yellow background right here. Maria, who is pretty awesome at what she does, right? We'll go look at her skills. She's really great at upgrading other people in the room, in the ceremony room, which allows them to get higher stars, which allows them to promote them, basically, because basically they mentor the other people, right? They mentor the other people in the upgrade room. So let me show you the upgrade room, or the ceremony room here, to go along with that. Let's zoom in on that. Whoop. Come on. There we go. Ceremony room right here. So we go ahead and choose somebody to upgrade. Now, I don't have anybody to upgrade right now. If I did, I could go ahead and tap on them. It would say promote. I would tap on them, and then I would choose others. Now, depending on what level they're upgrading, if they're 1 star, then they need 2 other people in that room. So you need other people to help them promote. And then 3 people, and then 4 people, etc. As they get higher and higher star, right? As they get promoted higher and higher within the ranks of your assassins, right? So that's what you do in the ceremony room. And, of course, it upgrades their power level. It upgrades their production. Really, really upgrades them a lot. So we want to spend a lot of time doing that DNA and, of course, getting them a higher level and, of course, also leveling them up at the same time. Great mechanics. I love the mechanics on that. Really, really fantastic. Absolutely love it. All right, so we got all that going. Now we can also go in and train some people up right in here. Now, who do we want to train up? We've got a whole bunch of people who are level 31. Let's see. By the way, there she is, Cassandra. From, of course, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We got Alexis also that I've unlocked. Now, let's go look at the people I haven't unlocked. Way over here. Now, of course, they're not going to show here because I'm in the middle of training. So it's actually, I'm actually asking who do I want to train. But if I go to my heroes here and I scroll way over, you can see the ones that I've actually not unlocked. See, a bunch of legendaries there. And a couple epics. So there's only just a bit more for me to unlock, right? Because I'm getting very high level in the game. But they do add new ones all the time. So when you have an event or whatnot, you can, of course, do that. So let's back out of there. Let's back out of there. Very, very fun. Are you guys enjoying this? Put a 1 in the chat if you are enjoying this. Man, I love talking game mechanics. One of my favorite things to do is to turn you guys on to really fun games and then show you what I've discovered to help you, of course, just crush those games. Absolutely crush them. That's what that's all about. Crushing those games in this Learn to Play session here. So we're having lots and lots of fun doing this game, Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Now, I showed you the missions. I showed you the dailies. What else do we need to do to finish our daily? Let's see. We got to do one more. We got to do 2 more rush missions. That's 2 of 4 completed. We need to do 1 more standard mission. Now, we can do it the fast way. We can just go ahead and rush it, and that's what we're going to do. Try to finish those out, rush whatever we need to do. Now, if we need more leveling, right? More leveling, then we'll go to standard missions, right? And we'll go ahead and go way over here again, like so. Then we can go ahead and rush this, which is what I really need right now. And let's see. Let's go this one. And let's go ahead and say rush now. And let's see, has it been 8 minutes? We'll find out. Aha! It has been 8 minutes. Our buddy Lewis there is now been healed, and he's ready to rush. Let's do it. Rush it. Boom. There we go. Got that done. And we also got our daily done at the same time. Now, we need to rush one more time. Here's a great Kismet tip for you. Great Kismet tip for you is you don't have to rush the high levels. You don't have to rush the high levels. You can rush the low levels. Now, again, earlier we were working with our guy here, working with Tark here. We're trying to get his DNAs. Look how close he is. Right here, DNA fragments. He's 112 of 115. That means I need one more. Now, sometimes it likes to troll me. Sometimes it likes to troll me and not give me his, but get the high-end one when I really want his, right? So I need one more to go. And that just happened to work out. I didn't plan that, by the way. That just happened to work out. So let's go ahead and hit rush. Now, again, we're going to miss out on the chest, but that's fine. Now, watch how many people, when you're low level, when you're doing a low-level quest here, look at this. I could use any of these people now. I can use any of them as long as I'm using 2 assassins. So I could actually use my lowest level people right here. And then somebody randomly, right there. So I'm using 2 low-level assassins and this guy. And then I'm going to say rush. And there we go. Got it done. I don't have to use my high-end guys because I don't want them to get damaged because they get 30% damage every time you rush. Hit continue. We got it. Guess what? We're ready for an upgrade. We also got our daily rush mission done. Bunch of stuff done at the same time. Again, I'm giving you the best tips, bro. Giving you the best tips here. Now, again, notice what happens right down here. We got an exclamation point on heroes. We've got an exclamation point on objectives. Let's go back to our HQ. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we got done. Now, again, giving you my best tips. This is tips like over a month or several months. 2 months, I think it is. Yeah, 2 months now, December and January. I think I started playing in the beginning of December, like December 2nd or something when I got real sick. So this is like 60 days of playing the game every single day. Every single day I played this game. It's incredibly fun. But I don't play it all day. I don't play it usually for even this long. Usually what I do, because I'm explaining it, that's why it's taking longer. But usually I just go in, and then I'm done within 15 minutes, sometimes 30 minutes if I'm kind of playing the missions themselves. But most of the time I'm just rushing and just, queuing up all my stuff. I'm done. Then I'm, 15, 20 minutes, I'm on to something else. And then it's great to do that. And you come back, you see how your ninjas are doing, you see if you got new stuff, all that kind of fun stuff. All right, so let's look at our objectives here. And there we go. We got our daily done for our rush missions and our daily done for our standard missions. Oh, there we go. Complete all objectives. Now we got all of this stuff up here at the top. 1.5K. We got 35 helix crystals. We've got DNA crystal there. We get 15 of those. We can, of course, unlock a whole bunch. We get 5, 5, and 5 instead of just random stuff. We'll actually get DNA crystals for our assassins, which will allow us to upgrade those assassins. So there we go. There we go. So let's go ahead and hit collect. Also, you can see we got codex for leveling and a potion. So let's go. That's a 100% potion, by the way. There we go. Got it done. Daily done. All right, we'll get out of there. We'll get out of there. Now we're going to go ahead and check out our heroes here, and you're going to see what I was talking about earlier. There we go. We can now promote Tark. Now, of course, this is over weeks and weeks and weeks of running that same quest over and over again, or rushing that same quest over and over again. Now, normally I would run it. Normally I would hit play, and I would get my 3 people who can all do lockpicking, and I would say auto, and they would run through it and wipe that thing out, get any stuff out of the chest, and I would be done. And it would literally just go for like a minute or two, right? It would run that entire quest in a minute or two, and then I would just keep running it until it's exhausted. And then basically when it's exhausted, that's as many times you can run that same quest in a day, usually 5 or 3, depending on what you're doing. So let's go in here. Let's go into our ceremony room. Let's zoom in on that. Over here. There we go. I'm glad that happened because now I can show you the ceremony room. So we're going to go ahead and hit promote. He's busy. Oh, I can't do it because he's busy. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I forgot. I put him up here. I didn't realize he was that close. So there we go. So now I got to cancel this. I got to cancel this because I want to promote him, right? You can't do 2 things at once. He can be leveling, or he could be collecting stuff, or upgrading, but we're going to have to hit stop. Now, I'm going to lose the coins that I spent on that, but that's okay. I have plenty. I got 332,000. By the way, that's not from buying coins. That's not from anything special. As long as you got people in your coin room and you're constantly collecting every time you come back to the game, you'll have lots and lots of coins. So you have plenty of that. All right, so we'll put Gershon on there just because he's not doing a darn thing right now. Let's get him to work. Now, back to the promote room. Zoom in on it. Get on in there. There we go. We're going to hit the blue button right there. Going to hit promote right there. Now, he's about to achieve his highest level. He's going to be 5-star, right? 5-star promotion for him. He's going to get 1,305 power. Notice that's 300 power gain. this promotion thing is probably your best thing for upgrading your power, right? It doesn't require you to make gear or collect materials or anything like that other than that DNA. And his DNA is the easiest. I just have waited because I rarely ever use him. I've just waited this long to do it because it does use up my intel, right? So I focus more on my other guys to max them out first, and then I'm coming back to max him out. And of course, I'll need another one like him. So I want to rush those high-end missions that you saw that needed people who are brawlers like him or who are melee. Definitely need to start thinking about a second person who can do it so I can rush those higher-end missions. So there we go. Notice I got 5 pluses there. Of course, the lower, the first star requires so many people. The second star requires so many people. And now I'm up to 5 stars, which require 5 people to mentor him. So we're going to go ahead and choose some people. Now, Maria is one of the people I just keep hanging around so she can mentor people. Same thing with my new guy here, Machiavelli, who's hanging out. Notice he's a mentor thing. He's got the same thing as her, right? It makes it go quicker. And then Mateo here is really great. You can see he's 266. Now, they usually put these in order of who's the most powerful or who's best for that room. But not always. Not always. You always need to look at this number right here. Look at that number. 9 hours and 39 minutes, right? Look at that number. And let's go down the line, right? Go down the line. Now, of course, Aguilar is very good. So 8 hours and 38 minutes. Now, if I take Aguilar out and do Maximo, it's about the same, right? About the same. So if I wanted to level up Aguilar there, I don't want to put him in this room. The second I put him in this room, they're locked down for 8 hours and 38 minutes. You cannot stop it. You cannot undo it. Make sure that you're not going to use these people when you go to do this promote, right? Because they are locked down. You cannot level them up. You cannot have them in rooms collecting stuff and all of that. So it always makes me nervous to lock down my top peeps, right? But that's okay. They're already level 31. They can use that good gear. Not going to be leveling them up right now. I'm really working on my production people right now. I got them to 31. So I'm kind of switching gears. I worked on them first. My main fighter peeps who can do quests. And then I'm going to work on my production people, get them up. Then when I'm done with my production people, go back to my main people and kind of back and forth, back and forth. All right, so we'll go ahead and say confirm, and it's going to warn you. Right over here. Here we go. Promote 8,000. Once you start promotion, you cannot cancel. Do you wish to continue? Okay. Bam. So there we go. 8 hours and 38 minutes that's going to run. It's going to run for a while. And then, of course, he's going to be 5-star, and he's going to be able to, of course, rush those high-end quests, which is awesome. Now, can you still do missions with those guys that you put in the promote room? Absolutely. You can still do missions with everybody. With everybody, you can do missions as long as their power level is high enough. And they are, if you're rushing, if they're the right type of assassin. All right, so that's pretty much the bulk of the game within 2 hours. That was pretty awesome. That was perfect. Perfect. That was the bulk of the game in 2 hours. Now, there is some extra stuff that I'm going to show you. Of course, I have not shown you the main missions, the main quest line missions. So I'm going to just run a low level one, just so you can get an idea of the main missions. You're like, Kismet, you waited a real long time to do the main story. Well, I don't like to spoil the main story for people, so I'm going to give you a spoiler warning that we're about to do the first mission, and I will spoil the story for you. If you don't want it spoiled, now's your chance to go get a sandwich and something to drink and come back, all right? Warning, warning, warning. All right, here we go. We're going to go in there. Now, the people I'm going to use are the people you usually use at the very first mission. So I'm going to take these guys out. And again, you notice that Aguilar was in there doing a thing, but we can still use him for a mission. So we're going to use him in this one, like so. And then we'll go ahead and use Hamid. You usually get him in the beginning. And then say Claudia, who we usually get in the beginning, or Maximo, also very beginning. Now, how do you know who you get first? I'm going to show you a little trick. Let's go ahead and say, yeah, I want to discard. Let's back up again. If you go in here to the legacy ones, the people you have here, notice the level 1. Right here, look at this. Guess who this is? The very first quest is the man himself, right? Mateo. Mateo is the very first quest, the lowest level legacy quest that you can do. Who's next in line? Let's take a look. We've got Constanza, who is completely and utterly useless, I think, but maybe she'll be useless in your game, or useful in your game. She's not who I need in there. Now, of course, in the early missions, I was using also Tark here. He's a very early on character. He's more of a tank. But I thought, you know what? I really need more of assassin. I need more people who can just assassinate everybody and get through that quest pretty quick. I would prefer to do that. And, of course, we've got our other kind of production guy here that I use in production. We have got Gaspar here. Very low-level quest. Easy to get going. Is a common. Very easy to get going. Of course, our man here, who our lockpicker, who I love. The guy right here, Hamid, he's the one who gets me my bonus loot. I love him a lot. Pretty rockin'. I use him on every single mission. Every single mission that I've ever done, he has been part of that mission. The reason why is because he can lockpick. And he does it at a very high level. So very good. Again, we saw this guy over here, of course, who's part of my B crew, right? He's a common, but I've leveled him up. Look at that. He's got 5 stars. He's got a power level of 1,485 because look at his gear. He's got a level 4 thing. I'm working on his leather armor right now to give him a level 4 armor and level 4 boots, which, of course, add extra stats like, you know, allow him to be more stealthy, allow him to do more damage, allow him to take more damage, higher hit points, and all that standard, you know, fare that what you do with equipment. But, of course, they have to be certain levels before they can wear that equipment. Notice he's level 31 on the dot. Notice that all my high-level peeps are exactly 31, not 34. They could be 34. That's my highest level I could make them because that's the level of my HQ. But they're 31 because that's the level in which they can do it. I'm going to go ahead and just tap on this so you guys can see some of the gear, right? So he's got a whole bunch of different choices. Notice that Hamid actually has a lower level weapon because I took his weapon away to give it to him. And then sometimes I'll swap them back and forth. So you can swap them. You can swap all your gear based on what missions you're running and who you're using in there. So it's really great. You can just swap it around based on it. And, of course, gives them a higher power level and allows them to run it. Because you're not going to be able to just make high-level gear for everybody. It's just you have to pick and choose very, very much. What's up? Hey, Kismet, long time no see. Sorry I'm late. No problem, Raz. Kind of like Fallout Shelter? Exactly. It very much like Fallout Shelter. That's why I love this game. Great mechanics as well. Fantastic. Kismet, how's your night going? Going great. Sorry, I was a little bit focused there. Also, I see you, Cat. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Getting in the zone. Getting in the zone here. So there we go. So we do gear right here. And, of course, this gear, you can go ahead and just tap at the very bottom. And it'll say, do you want to go to the weaponsmith? Let's go to the weaponsmith and check it out. Let's go and just take a look. And, of course, the weaponsmith, the armorsmith, and the accessories or the all kind of boots, belts, and stuff like that are all pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. So we'll go ahead and go in here and craft weapon. Now, you can see up in the upper right-hand corner up there, there is different tabs. These are all tabs that you can tap on. Right now we're on hammer, and we can go ahead and choose to do hammer. And of course, you can see right here, I just don't have enough of that iron that we were getting some earlier of right down here. And it might be a little bit too small for you to see if you're watching on mobile, or maybe you're just watching me smaller on your PC or wherever, or laptop. But there is a red, it's basically red telling me that I don't have enough resources to do it. Now, you also need to craft a lower level item and then upgrade that item to make it into the master one, right? And you can see that I'm at pretty high level, 4 things here, because it only goes up, if you go over here, it only goes up to 5 star, and the morning star is the 5th star, or is the 5th level, right? So if we want to make one that's going to go to a morning star, we would probably need to pick some of this stuff, right? Do a prerequisite before we go to that, or we might be able to just go straight to it. With the morning star, I believe is going to be just straight to it. And again, we can go across. We can go ahead and make a sword for certain people. Now, certain characters, I think this is pretty obvious, but certain assassins have certain styles of weapons, right? They have certain types of armor they can wear. Heavy armor, medium armor, light armor. Or they use swords, or they use short blades, or they use hammers, or they use pole arms, or they use long swords, or they use axes, or they use hidden blades, right? So depending on which assassin it is, that's the type of weapon they can use. They cannot use all the weapons. Based on which ones you're selecting to be part of your fighter crew is the one here. And now you're like, Kismet, do you give equipment to everybody? I actually do. The reason why I give equipment to everybody is because it's hand-me-down equipment. It's not my actual active high-level equipment. I do not give everybody high-level equipment. The reason why is most of them are doing nothing. Most of them are doing not a dang thing. They're just walking around in my base. They're not doing nothing. I might use them for rushing from time to time, but their weapons don't make any difference when you're rushing. Doesn't matter what gear they have. They could have no gear. And as long as they have a high enough power rating, boom, they can rush. Of course, your gear allows them to get that higher power rating. So you might give them some gear just so they can be a little bit higher power rating. So, of course, you can rush with those particular characters. But most of the time, having high-level gear on all your other people is just a waste of time. So I only make a very select amount of high-level gear, and then I swap it between my top people, right? My top 2 groups of people. So I got my top people who are like people who do the high-level ones, and then I got my second group who are the ones who do all the low-level ones, who go collect all the loot out of the chest automatically. They just run through it as fast as possible, right? So those are my 2 groups are for. So you can go through here and you can make all this stuff. You can make armor, works exactly the same as this, and the same thing with all of your stuff. So there's our weaponsmith there. Let's go ahead and pop over here. And this is our armor smith. Let's zoom in on that. Same thing here, right? Heavy armor, medium armor, light armor. And again, cancel. There we go. And you see here, I can upgrade to master leather armor right now. And that's actually what I want to do. You saw that my other guy had leather armor, which is a 3-star. This one here is a 4-star. So let's go ahead and queue that up. We'll say, okay, we're going to unequip that leather armor from Alonzo. It just chooses randomly sometimes. And then who are we going to put on the job here? Let's see. Barmy, he's going to take 9 hours and 22 minutes. Lucas, 9 hours and 34 minutes. Balzar, 9 hours and 47 minutes. 8 hours and 26 minutes. All right, that was a bit faster. And Andrea, 8, 9, 29. So sometimes they're only a few minutes, but, sometimes it makes a difference. So let's go ahead and have Maximo doing that as well. So Maximo can be crafting, and he can also still run missions. So there we go. We got that going. And then, of course, the last one here is, of course, your workshop. And this, is, of course, is doing your gear, right? So we've got our iron belts we can do. We've got different boots. And, of course, we got backpacks. Now, I find it's like this. Belts are for your tanks and for your people who do more melee, like Hamid, right? He's a good one for belts because it gives him more damage power, more resistance and attack power and whatnot. You can also do stealth with belts. You can see this little stealth symbol. Boots, I find, is more for your assassins and for your people who are doing stealthing by people. Boots are really great for that. You'll see that most of my characters have boots. And then you have this pouch here, which is like boosting your health level. You have higher health. I use 0 pouches. I find that just having higher HP is not as awesome as being able to have a higher chance of just assassinating somebody. I think that the boots probably are the most useful of all of them. And you can see that I can go right in and I can make some pretty nice high-level boots. But I can't make the 4-star boots yet because I got to get level 7, right? But if I go back, I see I've got this thing in down the bottom right-hand corner there. See that little symbol? That little symbol means I can upgrade this room. So I go and tap on that room, and it says, look, you can upgrade this room with 25,000 coin, 3,000 stone, and 13,000 wood. Luckily, I've got that. If you look up there at the top, you can see I've got that much resources because my people have been collecting resources constantly to get to a point where I can now upgrade this room. Let's upgrade it. There we go. And then when we go in there and we look, aha, yes, level 4 belts. But look, I don't have enough resources. I do not have enough resources to make that happen. You can see over here, I need some hardened leather, some silver ignits, and of course, I need to make a refined belt first, and then I can make this. So maybe we can get it started by making a refined belt. Let's look. Oh, we don't even have enough resources to do the refined belt. So we'll need to go run some loot missions, right? Run some loot missions. Try to get enough loot to get that. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I pressed the wrong one. Where'd my refined belt go? There it is. So I need a bunch more steel ignite, but I just used it all up, right? Because it also works in weapons. It also works across in armor. So you have to choose very wisely what you're using your resources on because you don't have enough for everybody. You only have enough to use your either high-end resources for your top fighters, which is what I recommend, or you can just waste it on everybody, and then you don't have enough for your high-end peeps, and they're not progressing very well. So very selective in what you're making and what you're converting. And, of course, when you upgrade your high-end peeps, of course, it trickles down just like with your children or with, maybe family or whatever, some hand-me-downs, right? You hand-me-down to everybody else as you, of course, get your higher-level people up. So there's some hand-me-downs there. So, all right, let's get back to our main quest because we want to finish this up here in just a bit, and then we want to play some Stardew Valley. So we're going to get into it. Let's do it. All right, so let's going to do some main. Again, spoiler warning. I'm warning you. This is why I did this way late. I don't want to waste it. I don't want you guys to be bummed out because you got spoiled here. you got the story spoiled. So, again, if you want to go get a sandwich or something, come back in a couple minutes. I'll be right here. So, we're going to use Aguilar. We're going to use Tark. And we're going to use Mateo. Because those are typically the people you have at the very beginning. Now, notice what it gives you a recommendation here to use. But I'm going to go ahead and just use them. So you can see their different mechanics as well. But you already see Mateo. But you're going to see Aguilar. And you're going to see Tark here. Let's go. Let's get into the storyline. Now, the storyline is not narrated, so I'll narrate it for you. All right. Search for clues. Let's do it. So the first thing we need to do is there's a trap there, right? Now, actually, if I had brought in Hamid could actually do the trap. So let's zoom in. We got 95% chance of Aguilar being able to jump over that trap and not get shot by that bow and arrow or that crossbow there. Let's go ahead and click on Tark here. He's got 95% chance too. And we got Mateo, 95% chance. Well, why do they have such high chance? Because they're high level and this is a level 1 quest. That's why. But normally it would be different, right? Like one person would have 50%, the other person would be 70, and the other person would be 20, right? But anybody at this point could go past there. So I'm going to get my main man. Now, this is my favorite guy in the entire game because he kicks butt when you let him loose. All right, 95%. Now, still had a chance of getting shot there. You never have more than 95%. Now, here we go. We can have him come in here. Google's coming in with a sub-love level 2. Getting that sub level 2. One more to go. You're going to get that new emote. But thanks you so much, or the new sub badge. Thanks so much. Let's show that love and hype in the chat. Is this game free, and what launcher game uses? This game is free, and I'm playing it right now on my iPad. Of course, it does have microtransactions in it. You can pay to win. I never do. But it's your game. You can do whatever. I don't mind it on mobile. If you're just playing by yourself, and even though there's events that you do play against other people, I don't mind it. I don't mind it on this. They're trying to, fund the game. That's okay. I'm fine with that. It's when they do it on a competitive game that's pay to win. That's not cool. Or if you paywall stuff. Now, if you think of Fallout Shelter, one of my favorite games, along with this game, very, very similar in the style and the play style. Of course, this one's really advanced. I like the way you do your quests like this. I think that Fallout Shelter should take some note from this game in how you're doing your quests. I think the quests like this would be amazing in Fallout Shelter, right? Where you're doing stealth stuff and you're putting on a different outfit to sneak by people and whatnot. I think they really pushed it beyond where Fallout Shelter is at. Though I still love Fallout Shelter, still play it quite often. Usually I play it like once a day or once every other day because I queue stuff up and it takes like 2 or 3 days now because my vault is massively built up. I mean, everybody's got power armor. Everybody's got the best weapons. Everybody's got the stuff because I've been playing over 1,000+ days. I think it's 1,100 days continuously. My vault's been running, Vault 45, running continuously 1,100 days, which I also have on the same iPad. So I'm playing on iPad right now, but I'm piping it through my main machine so you guys can see it right up here. So yeah, free game. I have not spent any money on the game. I spent $0 on the game. $0 on the game. Now, I think it's free. Let me double check. I can't remember because I did do it when I was sick. Let me double check. Let's see. Assassin's Creed Rebellion. Mods, if you double check that, it just dawned on me. I should probably double check that. Let's go check it out. Let's go look in the Google Play Store. You can get it in the Apple Store and then also in the Google Play Store. It's free. Yeah, free to play. You just hit install. You're good to go. Again, I was sick when I first started playing it. Yes, it is free to play. You can get it free to play on iOS, which is what I'm playing it on. But hey, if you love Android, hey, whatever you love. I'm not here to tell you what kind of platform to use. I don't really care what platform it is. I care about the games. That's all I care about. I don't care whether it's on Apple. And I used to work for Apple. I'll tell you. You know what? Computers and technology are just tools, right? So people get so obsessed. No, Microsoft's better. No, Apple's better. No, this is better and that's better. You know what's better? Whatever's better for you. That's what's better. That's what's better. And people would call me up all the time and say, oh, well, this sucks and that sucks. And I say, you're right. If it sucks for you, then you are absolutely right. You should get something that doesn't suck for you. Something that's the best for what you want to do with it. Again, it's just like a tool. It's like fighting over number 2 pencils. My number 2 pencil is the best number 2 pencil ever. No, my mechanical pencil is way better than your number 2 pencil. You got to think that I've been in computers since they came out. back in the day. Forever. I'm the OG from back in the day, right? Same thing with gaming. When it very first came out, way back in the day. And I have heard that argument endless times. And it doesn't matter. You know, the manufacturers want you to do that. They want to lure you in to their ecosystem and then get you trapped in there. But you know what? You do what you want to do. You do what you want to do, what works best for you. I tell it to you straight. I don't BS you. I'm not here to sell you stuff. I don't like selling stuff. I'm not a great salesperson. I think honesty is the best way to communicate to people and say, I like this. This is not a sponsored event. I like this game. I like the mechanics. I think it's fantastic. I think some of you are going to really, really like it. I think you're going to have lots of fun playing it. When you're waiting for your kids, or you're waiting on the bus, or you're doing something, you can hop in, assassinate some peeps like I do when I'm waiting for my daughter to pick her up in the afternoons. I go and I assassinate a bunch of people and I work on my little assassins. I could bring a laptop if I want and then get Wi-Fi and, be playing some heavy-end games. But, this is fun to just pick up, play a little bit, and then, okay, my daughter's out. Okay, let's put it away. And then, of course, my stuff's still running, right? Still collecting stuff when I'm doing it. And then, boom, I'm on to the next thing. Just like that. So, again, it is free to play. Go for it. Enjoy. Oh, make sure my iPad didn't go out. Now, again, your iPad, you don't play this a lot. In your iPad or your Android tablet or your phone or whatever, it's going to die. So, make sure you got a battery backup. Now, of course, my awesome peeps over at RuneScape gave this to me a couple TwitchCons ago. Much love, bro. Much love for that. And I use this all the time. I use it all the time. You can plug it in one way and you can charge it off your electrical outlet. Or if you have like the USB electrical outlet like I do. Or you can, and then you switch it around and then it acts as a battery to plug right in there through a cord. I have a cord somewhere. Where's my cord? Over here. I bought an extra cord just for it, right? With your USB and your lightning cable. Right there. There we go. That's not USB 3, by the way. Not USB 3. Just a lightning cable, because this is an older iPad. This is an iPad Air 2. And, of course, mine's custom. Look at that. Look at that. Sweet, right? Pretty sweet. Of course, my bros over at Mighty Skins. Get 35% off right down there, man. I work hard on just rocking you guys with sweet deals. I don't get nothing. I get this. I got this. Is like literally like $5 to get this. It's super cheap to get these. It's pretty awesome. And then, you change your mind, right? You put your pets and your dogs and your whatever, or your girlfriend on there, and then you break up with your girlfriend, just peel it off and then put another girlfriend on there. You can have lots of fun doing that. There you go. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into the missions here. All right, assassinate. Get him. Oh, you got owned, bro. You got owned. Now, it sounds a little bit delayed here on the stream. It happens with my air thing. But you get the idea of what's going on. So now here we got two ways we can go. We can go up, or we can go to the right here. And, of course, we got a bunch of challenges that we need to do. We can go up above, run up above their heads, or we can gank them. Again, we can do two things right there. Me, I just love to assassinate everybody. Watch this as we kind of climb up the thing here. Let's go. Let's climb up. Now, of course, he's got free range, which means he can has an extra skill. The blue skill there are their actual personal skills versus just the base, which is the white. There we go. He made it. All right. Now, we got some traps here. Don't got the tap. Boop. Jump over. Bye-bye, bro. You got assassinated. Very satisfied. Very satisfied. Now, let's go ahead and just have some fun. Let's go ahead and do some free range running. Bam. Got that objective. There we go. Got that letter, right? Got that letter we were looking for. Try to figure out what's going on with the assassin. Again, this is the storyline. Warning, warning, warning. This is assassin. Now, look at this. I've got this beautiful chest right here. Look at this beautiful chest I can get. Now, I can just keep rerunning this mission, by the way, and keep coming getting that chest. But the problem is look, I got this dude. No lock picking, right? This one here, if you were watching earlier, no lock picking. See, there's no lock picking skill. So to do it, I got to pick somebody. And he's going to jump through this trap so he didn't get crossbowed. And then he's going to hit it, and you're going to see it say, like this, partial loot acquired. So I could have got more coins. I could have got some stuff. I could have got some potions. But you know what I got? I just got money, and just a low amount of money. That's why you want your people who can lockpick to be running with you all the time. Yeah, this game looks so awesome. It is incredibly good. It's a love-hate. You can buy stuff with real money, but the feeling when you get something good, I love it when you put a lot of effort in and get something good stuff. That's what I'm doing right now. I never cheat. I don't shortcut. I don't glitch. I don't pay to win, ever. I paid $0 on this game, and I'm almost to max level. I love that. I love the challenge of learning game mechanics, and of course, then turning you guys onto those game mechanics as well. So let's keep going. Let's go ahead and use somebody else. Let's go ahead and use dude here. We're going to go ahead and use his skill above his head. Notice there he is. Now he's going to be doing some higher health. Boom! Right in the face. That dude took a hit. There we go. All right, mission complete. There we go. So what we did is we collected some intel, which tells us about what's going on next, right? Now, again, I can come back later and I can run those missions and just have it auto-run through those missions if I choose. Let's go ahead and do level 2 right here. Oh, wait, let's back up so you can see a little bit of that. Our visit to the Dominican chapter house yielded no information concerning Ouija. I think it was a Ouija. I don't know how to say it. He has not been there for weeks. However, we have discovered the correspondence between them, right? And again, we can tap on it. We can look at the different ones, right? We can look at the different ones. It's going to go through the storyline. And what happens is at the end, let's go back to our HQ. What happens at the end, again, I don't want to spoil it. That's why I kind of glossed over some of that. I don't want to spoil the storyline. The storyline is very, very good. You go in, and there's a whole storyline around what you're doing. So you go in, oh, occasional ad pop-up. You go in and you follow that storyline, and there's stuff you need to do, quests you need to do, stuff you need to collect, and basically your main guy, Aguilar there, let's get him right over here. Your main guy here is your main kind of quest guy, right? And as you go through and you finish those quests, he gets more DNA. You can upgrade him, and he gets more and more epic with his skills, more and more stronger as you go. So you can see I'm almost done. I'm at level 4 there. And again, there's a whole bunch of dialogue that happens back and forth and all of that. Again, don't want to spoil it for you. I think that it's going to be magical for you when you play it. So there we go. And again, every time I come back here to the HQ, I go ahead and tap on that so that stuff doesn't get full. And I think that's about it other than events, right? We went through all the other stuff. We went through daily rewards. We went through the assignments, the inventory. We went through the shop. We went through crafting. We did leveling your people up. A lot of Kismet tips in there on how to do stuff faster and picking your team and separating them into different things. The people who are doing your crafting, the people who are doing your production, the people who are doing your training, and then, of course, your people who are your primary fighters, as I kind of call them fighters, your primary fighter group who go and actually do the missions, or your mission people, I guess you could call them. That works as well. All right, and let's go into the events now. This is something special that happens, right? These are special events. Like this event right here, you can see I have 3 of 3 done, right? It says sneaking around. So I needed to have my person sneak by somebody 7 times, right? And then I get some codex, which levels my people up, and then, of course, some potions, which allows me to heal them, right? Fantastic mechanic. Oh, what did I tell you? What did I tell you, right? Hold on. We got to plug in our thing here. I knew it was going to happen. All right, so we got our thing here. We're going to plug it in this side. And then, now I could have plugged it into my wall outlet, but I did this on purpose to see if it would run down. And then, boop. There we go. Now we got some extra power to get our stuff going. Again, not sponsored in any way. RuneScape didn't sponsor me. Assassin's Creed didn't sponsor me. I'd love for them to sponsor me. I'd give you out some codes to get some free stuff in game. That would be awesome. But I'm just making a guide here so you guys can enjoy. And then again, I'll put it up on YouTube because I have a lot of guides up there and people watch them for years and years and years. I'm sure they're going to enjoy. Okay, so there we go. So this challenge. So basically, you can go by and do this challenge. Now, here's another little Kismet tip. You don't have to do it at the high-level quests. You can do it at the level 1 quests and just have your people sneaking by. Or you can set it on auto, like I do, and use your people who normally stealth, right? Make them all stealth people. And run the low-level quests and just say auto, and they will just stealth by everybody, and you'll get this done, and they'll be low level, so if they do have to fight, it won't be any big deal. Like my primary crew, my secondary crew does more stealthing, and of course can get chests, right? No matter who it is, all 3 of them can get chests each and every time. So I can go ahead and just let them run on their own. And again, then, of course, I get the next tier, which, of course, is do 25, and, of course, do 45. So I'll just run those low-level quests, or run quests that I normally will run, right? Like getting DNA and getting the legacy quests and whatnot to get it. And you'll still get it anyway, just by doing your normal quest. And, of course, it changes each time. So that one has 17 hours left. And then, of course, there's going to be a new challenge for you to do. In the upper right-hand corner there, you can see on Thursday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, my time is there. 4 p.m. is you're going to have 25% off crafting coin cost. So if you're crafting something, you can do it on those times. Now, I'm sleeping at those times. I'm working with my kids with their homework. So I don't always hit those times. But if you can swing it, especially if you're like leveling up your people, you get like a 25% bonus on their leveling, right? So say beforehand, they might level up to level 5, right? But if you're doing it during the time in which you get the bonus, they're going to level up to level 10 or level 15 or even 20, depending on the boost that you're getting, right? Now, of course, the main events are these events right here, the Helix Rift event. And I'm going to show you something pretty cool because I'm hardcore. I'm a hardcore mechanics guy. I love doing game mechanics. Now, I'm going to show you this right over here. Look at this. And you're like, what the heck is that, kid? This is a spreadsheet. We don't want to do no math. That's okay. I've already done the math for you. Now, right here, this is something that I will do. I love doing this. I also have a list of every character that I have and what their skills are and what they're best at and all of that stuff. That's how hardcore I am. Because I also have a spreadsheet in here. I have a numbers, which is an Apple program, which is basically like Excel. So you can do this kind of stuff, right? And you're like, Kismet, it's too small. I can't see it on mobile. Don't worry. I'll make it bigger on mobile. But right now, I'm going to leave it like this. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at the different challenges that you have, right? I'm going to go back up, right? So we have challenge number 1 right here, this one. Boom. Challenge number 1 is a low-level challenge, right? It requires 1,400. It's going to give you 1,450 rewards in this particular event. It requires, let's see, what levels? Level 5 up there at the top. You can see that. Oh, actually, I can just skip my arrow. Right here. All right, so here's our reward, 1,450. You can see I've already done it because I have 3 stars there. Otherwise, the stars wouldn't be there if I haven't done it. Level 5. It costs 10 Rift coins up here, or Rift tickets or whatever. Up here, you can see it's still regenerating the ones I've already done. I've already done 100 of those Rift tokens. You can also buy more Rift tokens in the thing for not real money, though, by the way. You can just use your stuff you've earned and buy some more Rift tokens. We might do that. We might do that just to show you. And of course, we're going to rush this, and it's going to be 1,450. Now, if you notice this thing right up here, get sync heroes right up here. This is how they get you to spend real money. You go up here, you tap on this thing, and if you use these sync heroes here, you can buy these sync heroes. Right now, of course, to get these ones, right, you need 2,700, which I have 1,500. You can spend real money to get those Helix thing, and then, of course, get yourself a bunch of fragments to upgrade all your guys faster. Now, I suggest not to do that. If you want to get the most out of the game, you don't want to shortcut it. You don't want to shortcut it. But maybe, yeah, you got plenty of extra cash. You want to just blast it on stuff. Your money, you do whatever you want with it. I'm not here to be your papa, tell you what to do with your money. You do whatever you want with your money. There we go. So right here, we've got mission number 1, right? And it requires an assassin up here at the top. Get my arrow again. It requires an assassin and it requires a tank, right? Now, if I hit play, we're going to see those people again, but up here at the top, it's going to tell you what it gives you as a bonus for using those specific people, right? Notice it's not my main crew, right? This is not my main crew. These are just random people that I'm using for various different things. Of course, she's upgrading in the ceremony room. We've got Angela there, who is giving me 100%. We've got Maria here, who's giving me 125, and Jamie over there, who's fairly low level. He's level 12 right now. He was level 2 the first time I ran through here, and it's 75%, right? Bonus. So basically, it's going to take the amount that you're going to get, right? And it's basically you just take it and times it times 1.25, right? And that's what this is right here. That's what this is right here. Challenge 1, the base reward is 1,450. Bonus from the first person, right, is going to be 1812. So 1,450 plus 1812. I know we're going to do some math. You can just tune out of this part if you don't want. But this is really important game mechanics if you want to get the most out of each thing. You're going to see, when we get to the end, you're going to see why it's really important. And of course, the second one is going to give us a 100% bonus or basically another 1,450. So we get 1,450 there. The third one is 0.75, which is going to give us 1,000 more. And if we total it all up, it's 5,800. Now, something you need to keep in mind is how much each run costs. Each run, in this case, costs 10 tickets, right? Rift tickets. And I can run it. That means I can run it 10 times per 100, right? Basically, basic math. And then if I run it 10 times and I get the 5,800 reward, it's going to give me 58,000. Again, it's more simple math there, right? 58,000. Now, same thing on challenge 2. I can use all of them, and then it gives me 8,200 reward. And if I run it as many times as I can, it takes 13 each one, which means I can run it 7.69, which is basically 7 times. I can get 8,200, which is roughly 63,000. So running the second challenge over and over again is going to be the most efficient if I'm just between those two. Let's keep going. Challenge 3, same thing, same thing. I can use just 2 of the people in challenge 3. Let's go ahead and back up. Let's go see. Let's go to challenge 3. And hit play. Notice I've got a different... Oh, let me take this out. Notice I've got a different crew, right? I got a different crew now. Let's go ahead and... So I can only use 2 of them. And the reason why I can only use 2 of them is because of the power level that they have, right? So I have to go ahead and unselect these ones down here. Right there. And I can only use 2 of them. Except for... There's a little tiny problem. I actually can't use these 2. The reason why is because of this right here. I have to have 2 people who are like tanks. So I can't use her, or I could use either one of these, but I can't use both, right? So this one right here is less, right? It's only 100% versus 125%. I'm going to turn her off. Then I have to have some tanks, right? So I can go ahead and get Tark here and use him as a tank. And then, of course, I'm using Cassandra, who, of course, from Assassin's Creed Odyssey. She's a tank. Then I could go ahead and rush this, or I could play through it. I have to have the right ones when I'm doing either playing it or rushing it. Now, when you're playing it in the normal missions, you don't have to have what they say. When you're doing it on the Rift, you have to have it. You have to have the exact ones that they have. The exact ones that they have. I accidentally moved my logo there. So you have to have the exact ones. Now, I've been actually leveling up Jamie, who I didn't use the first time. But I've been leveling up Jamie here. Let's see if he's high enough level now. He's still too low power score, right? He is like, let's see, I think he's 395. He's right around 395. I can barely see it. It's right behind there. But I need 460 for him to run it. So, eventually I'm going to go ahead and level him up to the point in which I can do what I have on that chart, right? Which is what I'm working on right now. Basically, so I can run 2 of them through there if I need to. But really, I don't need to, because I'm going to go ahead and keep going here. And we're just going to... You get the idea of this, right? You just go in, figure out how many you can run on that particular run, and how much total you're going to get, how much you're going to get out of 100, and it's 58,000. So if I run the third one, I actually am going to get less overall, because it's going to be 58,000 versus 63,000. It'd be better if I just kept running the second one over and over. Again, this is some awesome Kismet tips for you here. Awesome Kismet tips. It's not an obvious thing. Not an obvious thing to know, because you'd be like, well, Challenge 3, of course, is giving me more. So, of course, I'm going to get more on Challenge 3. You're not. You're actually going to get less. You're going to get less, right? You're going to get just slightly more than Challenge 1, but not... Challenge 2 is actually a better bet if you're going just doing the first 3. If you have lower level people who can't do the higher ones, then that Challenge 2 is your one. You want to just keep running that one. Get your maximum amount of rewards. I'm going to show you the rewards here in a second. Of course, I can go all the way up to the highest level challenge. Now, if I run at Challenge 5, and let's go back here and let's look at Challenge 5. And basically, Challenge 5 means, let's take this out. Challenge 5 means this right here, right? This is, I just number it based on how many challenges there are, right? This is Challenge 1, Challenge 2. This is Challenge 3 coming through, Challenge 4. And, of course, the highest in one here, level 25, Challenge 5. There we go. Now, to do this one, of course, they have to have a power level of 910, which is pretty high level. And, of course, you get 6,500 reward. And if we look at our thing here, right, so we look at number 2. If I run it with one person, I get 84,000 at the end. If I run it with 2 people, I have 100,000 that I'm earning at the end. Basically, you can see it right here at this end, right there. And then if I run it with 3 people, I get that kind of higher, 100, or actually that was 3 people. That was 3 people, so it's all right. This is 2 people. With 2 people, it's going to be 84,000. With one person, it'll be less. And of course, with 3 people, it'll be 104,000, or I'm going to zoom in on it so you guys can see here. It's going to be 104,000 if I run this one, which is obviously way better than all the rest of these. And you're welcome. I zoomed that in for you, and I pre-did all the stuff before the stream so I can show you all of this stuff. So there we go. So the first one's 58,000, goes up to 63,000, down to 58,000. So I don't want to run that one. 70,000, which is pretty decent. But if I have all three of them giving me a bonus, I will get 140,000 every single run, right? So which one is the most efficient? In this case, if I had all three of them going, Challenge 5 would be the most efficient and the better game mechanics to use. You're welcome. You're welcome. I figured that all out for you. Hey, Bear the Gamer, what's up? What's up? BRB just dropped off the kid. It's cool. Cool specimen. Cool, cool. Hey, Blazing Fire, what's up? I'm good. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Appreciate it. I see the wonderful Nooshki in the chat. Hey, Nooshki. Nooshki. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to rush this. I'm going to hit rush. And we're going to see who has enough power, right? And you're like, oh, Kismet, look at that. You got two of them you can run it with, right? Now, of course, my buddy Lewis over here, he's still too low level. Look at him. Low power score. I can't use him. Or sorry, not Lewis. Jamie. Which is like Jamie Lannister from Game of Thrones, so I think, every time I think his name. But yeah, see, look, I've also got Flora here I could use, but she's level 2. And he was level 2. I just leveled him up to level 12, and then I'll keep leveling him up and trying to get him up to high level so I can, of course, use him and then get 104 each time. But while I'm doing that, I don't want this to max out up here. I don't want the rifts to max out, because otherwise I'm not getting more rift tokens in the amount of time that I have to do it. Because it only goes for so much time, right? I only have so much time to actually run it. I've got 4 days and 4 hours, which seems like a long time, but it's not. I've only got so much time, and I never want this to hit maximum. You never want any of your stuff to hit maximum, right? You don't want to hit 200 here on your research or intel. You don't want to hit 100 on these. You want to use them up as quick as possible, right? As quick as possible. When it gets close to that 100. So we're going to go ahead and just do it once. We're going to hit rush. I'm going to go ahead and hit Maria here. And I'm going to hit Angela. But again, we have that problem, right? Look at this. We got to have this one. We got to have this person who's over 910. But just so happens that I've got my buddy Tark, right, who's currently upgraded. He's going to be even more. Oh, stop scrolling. It stopped scrolling, everybody. Hold on. I'm going to have to fix it. It does this sometimes on my iPad. It's not the game's fault. It's my iPad's fault. Hold on. So what I do is I go out of it and I come back in it again. I want to make sure it didn't show any of my personal info. So let's see. There we go. Okay, working now. We go ahead and tap on Tark. And now we've got our crew here. And I'm going to rush. I'm going to take 25 tokens. So if you have that problem, by the way, you want to go out. Just hit your, mine's got a circle button on it, right? The little home button. If you don't have the home button on your newer iPad, then, you just tap it, whatever, you slide up. Okay, so there we go. So we got 6.5K, which is the base, but we got a bonus of 14.6K. So we just got over a whole lot, right? We just got over a whole bunch. We got over 20,000 there of those reward points, right? And we'll say continue. And there we go. Now, we're not quite to the next reward level, which is down here, right here, which you can see I'm ranked 34. I've been second before. Somebody who's spending a lot of money, by the way, who became first. They were like 1 million. I was like 550,000 because I don't buy stuff unless it's like in-game currency that I've earned, not stuff where you pay to win. Also, I'm trying to pay off TwitchCon right now. Trying to pay off TwitchCon. That is like accruing interest on my credit card right now. So there we go. I'm saving all my pennies for that. So up here you can see whose the ranking is currently. Now I am ranking 34. Now when I really get into this, I'm going to be getting 100,000 each time. I do 100, right? Because I think that's over 100, right? It's 20,000 each time I run it, but over the 5 of them or 100 of them I can do, or 4 of them I can do, or 10 of them I can do. It depends on which ones you're doing. In this case, it's 25 each time, so I can do 4 per 100, right, on that max level quest, right? So basically, it's 25,000 each time, right? 25 gives you 100, 25,000 plus, right? It gives you 104,000. So you get the idea. So, of course, you can be way up here like this guy. Up here, 263,000. That's pretty amazing. And, of course, you get the big rewards, right? You're going to get this big reward, and you're going to get yourself this guy, which I have not even unlocked. But during this event, I'm going to unlock this guy because, look, I'm 13 of 20. So all I got to do is a little bit more in these events, and boom, I'm going to unlock this guy. But this top guy here, he's going to get a whole lot, right? Not only is he going to get the DNA for this guy to upgrade him, but he's also going to get a sword. He's going to get a full plate. He's also going to get what looks like a satchel, and then some codex to update the level. Nose is itching. Nose itching. So it also tells you, by the way, if you're using a guy like this, that they recommend using the satchel. See, little hidden mechanics. Of course, he's a tank, right? So the satchel is going to, of course, increase his health so he can take more damage when he's taking on those high-level mobs. So I'll get up there, everybody. I'll take a screenshot of this later on after this event is over and show you what rank I was, if I remember. Mods, put that in my kids' reminders. Put that in my kids' reminders to remember which one, what rank I got. And again, I'm Kismet BP in this game. Let's go. Now, under progression, you can see here, these are your rewards, right? These are the whole reason you're running these. You can see I've already done some of the rewards here. I've got a potion. I've got some helix things there. I got 5 DNA crystals for the store. I got 2 of his things, 2 of his DNAs there, and so on and so on. And you can see these ones that are white. My next reward here is going to be this heavy armor. Wow, nice. Splint mail. I'll give it to one of my random peeps. It's not really high level. It's low level, but still it's fun. And so on and so forth as we go up higher and higher and higher up in the thing until we hit 1 million. The highest I've ever been in any event, 960,000. Very, very close to 1 million, but of course I didn't pay to win. If I had paid to win, of course I could have got 1 million easily. But without paying to win, 960,000. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Just from very efficiently running it with the maximum amount of points and the maximum amount of bonus characters I could use that I had already leveled up. Just lucked out and had that. But again, you can see all of this other loot that you can get, swords and upgrade your guy and all that stuff. And the point of these events is that they unlock these special peeps that can only be unlocked most of the time, the legendaries or whatnot, through events or through purchasing them in the store. So there you go. All right, so that's that. Now, I could also play through the thing. Now, once you've rushed it, unless you want to get those chests, which I strongly don't recommend, because then, of course, it damages your people way more than 30% if you actually play through it. But it's really up to you. It's up to you. Me, I just usually rush these at this point. If I can rush them, then I definitely do. So all I needed to see, and again, notice I can't rush again right away. I've got to go in. I've got to tap on there. I've got to heal. And I got to use my potions. Now, sometimes I'll use a 60 potion. I don't mind. Boom. Because I'm not saving them for a rainy day. I'm saving them for when I need them, which is right now. Now you can see she's back 100%. And then we'll go over here. And we use another 60 on her, even though she only needed 30%. Oh, well. And then again, grab those peeps. Oh, I forgot to heal my other dude. Where's Tark at? I'm not seeing him. There he is. All right. Not enough health. Now, I just use him up. I don't waste time. All right. There we go. Get Tark here because I have to have him. I have to have him. That's why I'm leveling him up so I have that extra tank so I can rush. Let's rush it again. There we go. Another 20+ thousand. Aha, there we go. We've unlocked a thing there. We go to progression, and we go ahead and collect our reward. There we go. And then, of course, goes the next reward. Now I got to get 100,000, which you know I will because you already saw the map. You know I already saw the map. All right, so let's back up out of there. All right. So we got to go in. Now that we've collected a bunch of stuff and we've done all this other stuff, and now it's time to go and take care of your real life. Now, normally, I'm not playing this for 3 hours because that's a lot of time out of my day, right? So I just play it for a little bit, usually play it after the stream. And, of course, I do my Fallout Shelter, and then I do a little bit of this game, and then I go to sleep, right? It's a great way to wind down and whatnot. Just doing kind of simple games like this. And I love simple mobile games for that kind of thing. Just winding down at the end of the day or when you're waiting for your kids or waiting for something. Great way to do little mobile games. Make the time go by faster, too. Like you're waiting for your kids to get their hair cut. Play a little mobile game. Before you know it, boom, they got their hair cut. You're good. Unless you're supposed to be watching them to make sure their haircut doesn't get messed up. Me, I'm just there to keep the peace. That's what I do. My wife's there to tell them how, get their haircut and all that stuff. Me, I just go in there. I get the same haircut every time. Same time. And eventually, I will go bald, for sure. For sure, I will go bald. Hopefully, be a few more years. But then again, I'll just shave it off. I'll own it. If I go bald, I'll just own being bald, right? If little Opie cannot get his hair back, and he's got bazillion dollars, believe me, I ain't getting my hair back either. I'm not going to hair club for men or nothing like that. I'll just own it. That's what I'll do in my life. I'm not going to do the comb over or none of that ridiculous stuff. I just do my thing. Totally off the subject. All right. So the last thing we want to do, of course, is queue everything up to let it run while we're not playing. Right? So we're going to let it run. We're going to let it build up some more tokens up there. Oh, I was going to do the thing. Hold on. Just so you guys can see this, I'm going to go to the shop. Hold on. Let's do this. I said I was going to do this. So we're going to go in here, and we're actually going to use our things that we earn through achievements and through doing dailies and whatnot. Right over here, we're going to go ahead and buy some Rift tokens for the event. So we're going to go ahead and tap that again. Now, you can buy Rift tokens and burn your money on it. And you can also refresh it with Rift tokens there. So you could actually just keep buying these tokens as much as you want. As much money you want to spend, you could just pay to win if you want. Me, I don't do that. I don't care if someone else, is number 1 and I'm number 5 or 50 or whatever. It doesn't matter. So now again, right there, 115 at the top. Oh wait, we don't want that because it's not regenerating tokens, right? We don't want it to. We want it to regenerate tokens. So let's go back in the event. Do this again. Let's go ahead and rush that. Oh, wait a minute. Our people, we got to heal them again, right? Let's go in and do it. Oh, we only got one thing to heal. We're screwed. We're screwed, bro. We're screwed. We only got one thing to heal. So now we only got one person we can use, right? And we don't even have our tank. So we can't even use our tank, right? So we're screwed. So what I will do is I will wait 11 minutes and exactly 30 seconds. However long I screwed myself over, right? Or what I could do is I could go run some missions to try to find some potions in the chests, right? So I can come back and heal them and then run them. Or hopefully my crafting people will be done, but they're not going to be done anytime soon. So I kind of screwed myself up doing that, but just to show you guys, you get the idea. So right in here, we can go in, of course, and check in on our potions. How long until we get our potions? 3 hours and 36 minutes. So that's going to be too long, right? So what I would do is I would go run some missions that have chests. Now, some of the missions have 1 chest, 2 chests, and some of them have 3 chests. So you can go in and you can use your peeps to run those chests, even if they're low-level ones. Just try to run them to get those potions so you can heal your people so you're not wasting time and it's not regenerating. I will probably do that after the stream. And I'm just going to set it off to the side here for 11 minutes. Now, of course, a great thing to use is your phone, right? Of course, I have a custom thing on my phone as well from Mighty Skids. Pretty awesome. Again, not a sponsored event, but I did get these for free. So I do like to shout them out from time to time. Plus, you get 35% off. So that's rocking. Just drop my name. Drop my name. You can find all that stuff down below stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my phone as a timer. It's my number 1 thing I do on it. We need to go in. So let's say 12 minutes from now. So I'm going to go ahead and set it 12 minutes. This is how hardcore I play games. I'm going to set that for 12 minutes. We're going to move on to Stardew Valley. And in 12 minutes, I'm going to come back and I'm going to rush that thing because then all my people will be healed and whatnot. So you can do it that way as well. Now, also, it's going to allow my iPad to charge up a little bit, too, because we're going to keep it plugged in. And I'm just going to go ahead and call it there. Now, if you like that, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. This is my kind of tips and tricks series. We did that in about 3 hours. That was pretty good. That was some really in-depth overview of the entire game. That's, if you need to know anything, that's pretty much the entire game there. The pretty entire game, of course, along with all those awesome Kismet tips in there as well. So let's go ahead and jump up to my overseer's office. If you are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for coming back, watching my channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the like button. You know what to do. You're pretty awesome. And go ahead and throw some likes down there if you did like this. If it did help you be a bit better at this game. I love doing these learn to plays. I love doing tips and tricks for you guys. One of my favorite videos to make. I wish I had more time to do them. I wish I had more time. So go ahead and watch those. And, of course, watch for the next one. Thank you so much. There we go. That's for my YouTube channel later, everybody. You get to see this part. This part nobody will see. Is the extra part when you're watching it live on stream. All right. Oh, get back in there. There we go. Back in there, and then we'll go ahead and switch back to my overseer's office. Let's go. All right. There we go. And you can see what was on my home screen there, which was Fallout Shelter. On my home screen, I always have Fallout Shelter and then other games like that. All right, let me go ahead and close down my mobile here, and let me go ahead and get all my other stuff ready here for Stardew Valley. My mouse is working. It is awesome. I could have had it in the charger all this time. It just dawned on me. I could have had it up in the charger. Let's actually hope that it has batteries. Hold on, let's look before we get too far into this. Yeah, 50% battery. There we go. I wasn't really using it. All right, cool. Fire up Stardew Valley. Now I've got to flip some switches and turn some dots. Hey everybody, Kismet here. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Also check me out live on twitch.tv/Kismet. I'll see you all next time.